believers.
Arliss.
But the S is all dollar signs. Oh my god! With the super duper pants.
Arliss.
S is all dollar signs. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hello and welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show. I'm WATTO, the Flying Space Jew. Producer told me not to use any slurs before we started, but first of all, I never use slurs. I'm not some 2008 episode of Comedy Death Ray. That's not the kind of shock humor that WATTO goes for. WATTO is a truth teller. Secondly, Jew is not a slur. Third of all, I'm allowed to say it because I am one. Struggling to drink out of a mug because coffee does not taste good from a straw. But for those of you who are watching this week for the first time, and God help you if that's you, the George Lucas Talk Show is a live talk show, no better way to put it, that happened for years at the UCB Theater in New York City. And then all of comedy got canceled. All public events got canceled. The UCB definitely got canceled. So we moved online and, of course, naturally transitioned to doing a weekly 8-hour Arliss watch-a-thon. Can anyone catch me up on what happened in previous seasons of Arliss? Someone asked. Not really. Kind of a blur. The episodes are self-contained. Anyway, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I've warmed up this crowd enough, which is my job ostensibly as announcer. So let me introduce to the virtual stage, ladies and gentlemen, retired filmmaker George Lucas.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Welcome to week 5 of the Arliss charity watch-a-thon. It's very good to see you.
I'm glad to be alive.
I am glad to be alive in week 5.
Sorry,
That's a good
I was
rhyme.
cutting you off. You said
No,
good
no.
to see you, WATTO.
It is good to see you, Watto.
Good to see you, George.
And we're past the halfway point. We're now
Yes.
we're now heading into the perhaps the climax in the next few seasons of
Yes.
the Arliss saga so far.
Now, that having been said, Arliss pointedly a self-contained show. I think you're echoing, George. Is that possible?
Me.
I'm hearing me talking from your computer. Well, actually, that
couldn't
would
be
imply
possible.
that you have a computer.
My computers here at Skywalker Ranch are all busy rendering all the movies I've made
And
over the
you
past
refuse
decade.
to use a laptop, so you do these streams off of your phone. I swear to God, when I speak, I'm hearing an echo. It has to be coming from you.
Okay, I'll leave. I'll come back. How about that? We'll see
Okay,
whether
fine.
it's me.
So watch this. I'm talking. There's no echo.
No echo. It's definitely George.
It has to be, because
Absolutely.
the echo you're hearing is my voice, and you're not hearing his voice echoing.
You would think for a guy who brought so much to the world, technology-wise, he'd know how to do this.
Hello,
George.
George.
Did me leaving wake you up?
Yeah. I think you're better now.
Can you hear me echoing now?
Yes. It's now in proper THX. surround
THX.
sound.
The audience is listening.
Now
No,
let's
the
make
thing
this
is,
clear. What are you going to say?
I have other computers here at the ranch, but they're all rendering the many motion pictures that I have directed and written over the past decade, which I will not show anyone.
And you refuse to
private,
use
they're
a
for me.
laptop to stream because you think the trackpad on a laptop is creepy. You call it the fetish pad.
Yeah, it's for people who want to rub a little piece of a little square at the bottom of their computer to make things happen. I don't want to do that.
But producer Naptrick, Sleep Noir, Cot No More, and I put our own American dollars, Snack Trip Nap Snore, our own American dollars into buying you the cheapest Chromebook available, which has taken 4 weeks to deliver, but is finally going to arrive this Tuesday. This is the last live stream in which you'll be doing this off of a goddamn phone.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
We hope.
God willing.
God willing.
God willing.
God
The
willing.
maker. The
God
maker willing.
The maker willing.
The maker.
Well, and we should say this week, because every week we've been raising money for a different cause.
Yes.
And very excited about this week, the Black TV and Film Collective.
Yes.
Is who we're raising money for, and there's 2 different ways. Patrick, do you want to give the details for how the people can help out?
You can. I mean, the easiest way is to donate to this bit.ly that's up here in the corner, bit.ly/GLTSgives. I will put this up on screen right there. And if you do that, if you donate over $25, you'll get a signed photo from Robert Wool. We've got a lot more. We've got a lot of other things planned too, but that's what we're starting off with right now. Or you can go to the website, which I will get into a banner in a second and bring it up on screen. Yeah.
But let's say, George, you of course made Red Tails. You paid out of your own pocket to get Red Tails made.
Yeah.
But
no one else was going to make it.
But there are only so many George Lucases in the world. We need to raise money to help Black filmmakers tell their own stories because there are only so many completely selfless benefactors of the arts like George Lucas in this world.
Yeah.
We all got to chip in what they can because not all of us have a quick billion to toss off.
Yeah. And if you go to their website, if you go to blacktvfilmcollective.org, you can find out all about them. They host classes, workshops, and events, and it's all about helping people. It's designed to. I'll just read what they say on their website. Who could write it better? I don't need to do a pass on this. This is perfectly written. All right. They are designed to aid in professional development, encourage relationship building, and/or provide production support. And it's all about helping Black voices in filmmaking and TV get a leg up in the industry and get their stories told.
I mean, George, you have to admit, you have to recognize your privilege. You are a white man who came from a middle-class background. You were able to go to film school. You were able to find like-minded friends. Your buddies, Steve, Brian, De Palma, Marty. I mean, this is the point. There was a community, and you all helped each other. Francis Coppola helped you get your movies made. You helped him get his movies made. All these things are beneficial. In many communities, people do not have those opportunities. And, the cinema should not be controlled exclusively by, 70-year-old billionaire white men. No offense.
None taken. None taken.
And you put your money where your mouth is.
Thank you for saying I'm 70. I'll take the compliment.
As sort of generalizing these 70s. George, how was this week for you?
How was the what?
The week. How was your week?
I mean, I feel like my weeks, we're doing some work trying to get the Lucas Museum up and running. We're still working on that, making masks, etc.
Thank you for doing that, by the way. That's very generous of you.
You're welcome. So much of the week is, waiting for Sunday to roll around so we can so we can delve back into the adventures of sports super agent Arliss Michaels.
Yes, I mean, do you want to ask me how my week was? Do you want to ask me the Julie Klausner question quickly?
Yes. How was your week?
Oh, thank you for asking, George. Terrible.
Why? I'm sorry to hear that.
To be alive these days. What are you talking? The state of the world is terrifying. But the point I was going to say is, yes, this has been a grounding element once a week when I get to just relax very naturally as myself in my own voice, see my real friends like Robert Wool and George Lucas, the two closest relationships I have. I get to get some solace because I have bad insomnia. I live vicariously through Patrick's many naps. And also it's nice to know that we're raising money for a good cause. The people watching live, this is a stabilizing event for them. It's all very normal.
Right. And honestly, you know, even if you think, you know, we've been asking for money to help people every week, and a lot of the same people might be thinking we've already given our money. We can't possibly give any more. You could even choose to be selfish in the way that you're generous, because you could donate that might help create, that might lead to the growth of the career of someone who might end up being your favorite filmmaker 10 years from now.
True.
So you might be paying it forward to yourself, that you might give a few dollars today, only to a decade from now find yourself watching a movie thinking, oh my, this is one of my new favorite films, not realizing that you helped make it possible.
Yes, you were the sort of George Lucas to that film's Akira Kurosawa's Dreams, which was the proper title of the film.
Yeah, but I didn't. Well, let's not get into that.
Weren't you involved in Dreams as well? I know you produced you did Ran. Did you do Ran?
Watto, we don't need to go. We don't need to get into the full details of which films that I produced or didn't. I'll get you that information.
This is the first time, George, you had ever not wanted to talk about your relationship to Akira Kurosawa.
No, I mean, he obviously, The Hidden Fortress was a huge influence on me, and really, if you were to watch The Hidden Fortress, you'd be forgiven for thinking, oh wait, did I accidentally turn on Star Wars? Because they're basically the same film.
Yeah.
And then I was able to help him out a little bit later on with forgive me, I'm 76. What was it? What was the one that I produced?
Hey guys, let's get the first episode.
No. Let's see. Let's see what I produced. What did I produce?
George,
I really think you produced Dreams. I think you produced the film Akira Kurosawa's Dreams.
Watto would know, George.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that was a random.
Kagemusha. That's the one I executive produced.
Okay, let's see if you also produced Dreams.
Okay, guys, we have a guest.
Okay, but I don't think that I did.
I'm going to bring him in.
I think I would remember if I produced Dreams.
George.
I think I was more responsible for what?
George.
Oh, we're going to fall behind on our 13 episodes we have today?
Yeah, no, George.
It was made 5 years after Ran with assistance from George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and funded by Warner Brothers. I don't know if you took the credit or not.
I didn't take the credit.
Help make it.
I helped. Of course I helped out. Of course I put in a good word. It's not what producing is. It's just being a good friend. It's just being a good friend.
Yes, Patrick. I'm so excited for the great guests we have lined up this week.
Yeah. Patrick, what do you want us to do? You seem annoyed.
I want us to get ready to start the first episode.
Just cranky.
But we all
want a nap.
We also have a guest. I'm going to bring him in. Whether you know it or not, you've heard him every week on this show.
What?
Oh.
He sings the theme song for our live streams.
And I think he produced the Akira Kurosawa's Dreams. I will look this up, but I think he did. Go on with your introduction.
He's the lead singer of Guster. Please welcome Ryan Miller.
Ryan, hello. Ryan Miller.
Oh, Ryan, I think you're muted.
Ryan. Ryan, sound is everything.
Ryan.
You should know that. You should know that. Oh,
Ryan, try to leave the room and come back.
Ryan, leave and come back.
Okay.
I mean,
are we ready for
this whole thing is sound?
Well, hey, give me a second. in the great Akira Kurosawa's dreams argument of 2020.
George, how is the weather where you are this week?
It's pretty hot in Marin County, I have to say.
Let's bring in Ryan. Here we go. Is that better?
Ryan!
No.
Oh no, Ryan, do you have a microphone? You must own a microphone. Is it on mute? Perhaps you set it on mute. Oh no.
We have to acknowledge the irony here. If this is the first musician we have had,
Right. Right.
literally a singer, we've had
People who work. People
Ryan,
in,
talk
who,
again.
All right, hold on 1 second.
oh, perfect.
It's working now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Typical musicians always want to secretly be mimes.
I just couldn't see myself. Okay.
That is what
I
they
don't see
say.
myself on the thing.
They say all
Yeah.
musicians, all rock stars want to be mimes. All mimes secretly want to be rock stars, right?
I see. Hello, everyone. I haven't seen you in a
Hello.
long time.
You're an old friend, Ryan. We should
An
mention
old friend of
you've
the
been on
show.
before. You've done these theme songs for us. You're a very close old friend of the show.
I know, and I'm hoping to alleviate some of the Kurosawa tension. Just bring a little levity into the Arliss Watchathon.
Thank you so much.
Did you see
I
the way
wanna
that George tried to cancel me? He tried to cancel me over Akira Kurosawa's dreams, which he did fucking produce.
No, I didn't. I
Whether or
helped
not
out.
he
I
took
put in
the
a good
credit,
word.
fundamentally.
Steve was an EP on the international version.
Oh wow! And what were you?
I wasn't anything.
You were instrumental in getting the film made.
All right, guys, let's start this episode.
Wait,
Okay.
which episode are we doing?
We're doing season 5, episode 1.
All right.
Making things happen.
All right,
So
it's my
wait,
favorite.
George,
Yeah.
did you said it was hot in Marin County?
Yeah, how hot is it?
I don't know, but it's hot here too. I'm gonna unbutton.
You're
this.
you're inside. I'm outside.
No, I know, but I just gotta unbutton it. It's a little too hot.
He's just setting up a gag.
Too hot. You know,
Come on, this is Connor wants to.
it's just too hot. You know.
We see what you did.
Yeah.
Who made you that? Who made you
Are we
that?
supposed to get any invitation out of that?
That is a branded T-shirt that is for purchase online.
Yeah, I have a real baby Yoda. You think people are going to be impressed with a fucking T-shirt? I've been
It
bringing
says
this.
naps and snacks. It
Yeah.
says naps and snacks.
Yeah.
You didn't custom make that?
No.
Wait, so I'm confused.
I'll just take this off.
Is Baby Yoda like a king of Staten Island, like of your life? Is it like a loosely autobiographical? Like they changed some of the details. It's a
Yeah.
hotel fire and not 9/11. He's a Baby Yoda. You're ostensibly an adult man, but this is the
Ostensibly.
same story. It's about
All right.
absence.
Let's start episode 1, then we can talk. Ryan, have you found it?
I find it, but so what do? I put on headphones. I
You
listen.
can just turn the sound down and turn on closed captions.
That's what
Oh,
we do.
you guys are geniuses. Amazing.
Yeah.
Trial and error, baby.
We've
Trial
been doing
and
this
error.
for 50 hours.
All right, I got to turn on closed captions. On. Yes.
All
Ready?
right. We will start in 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Someone got sound on.
That's me. It's always
Okay.
me. It's always the musician.
Okay.
Okay, now they're on the diving board. Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're on the diving board, you're definitely doing it right.
So George,
All
should you fill Ryan in on what the show is generally about?
Yeah.
I've never seen a
Ryan,
single
do
episode.
you know about sports?
Have you heard of the sports?
All I know is that I wrote you a text, George, and everything you wrote in a text I put in the theme song. About
All right.
being a sports
That's
agent
great. That's a sign. Write what you know, and that's all you knew.
and celebrity cameos are like a wool in sheep's clothing. That was my best. That was my
Oh,
best.
That's great.
That's really
That's a
good.
great line.
That's
Here's what you need to know. The episodes are
Yes.
very much self-contained standalone. This is not beef TV. This is not an 80-hour movie. These are
No.
20-minute stories, 20 to 30-minute stories. And Arliss it's all about the art of the deal, but sometimes the deals go very wrong. He represents athletes in all sports, in all leagues, and his co-workers are Kirby Carlisle, who's an ex-athlete and a little bit of a cad.
Yeah.
How is
And sometimes there's some bad behavior. Sometimes there's some bad behavior on display.
Is this
Really
gonna
bad.
go? Is this gonna go the way of Gone with the Wind? Like, have we gotten too far into this, where we're gonna have to cancel this? Are we
No.
okay?
I mean, I don't think there's anything quite as bad as the antebellum South depicted in late 90s Arliss, although they do deal with social issues.
Someone pointed
and-
out, I'm sorry, someone pointed out, this is officially the first episode in which Michael Boltman is in the opening credits. No, I think it is important to mention that this is the anti Gone with the Wind because it is still on HBOmax. It is not
Right.
old. There is no disclaimer. There's no
Right.
historical context necessary.
Yeah. I mean, there are. It's a period piece because this takes place in the 90s, and but you know, it's a fair question because if there's anything that's as bad as Gone with the Wind on HBO Max, they won't hesitate to pull it, which
They
I think
won't.
is appropriate in this moment.
Yeah.
To give it context. But so far, there hasn't been a lot of need for context on Arliss. We remember what the 90s were like, and you know,
Yeah.
phones are different, and the way that people, there's various cultural things that this is all still pre 9/11. So there's a lot of things that are exist in this moment in time, this time capsule.
But we should mention this is the first season right now that you're joining us at the beginning on, Brian. The first season post Phantom Menace.
Oh, very important.
So the last
Yeah,
season was kind of current, but this
Every
is really-
season prior to this was a prequel to the Phantom Menace.
absolutely.
I
Can't
will
make it look
say
right.
this
Why
episode.
can't I make it look right?
This episode is one of
Yeah.
these top 2 or 3 favorite episodes.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And
This
it's
is
called
what-
Making Things Happen, which that's what I've always done.
Yeah.
So I find it instantly relatable.
It's
Mhm.
what Arliss has always done. It's what the two of you have in common. You make things happen.
These are non-actors, right? These are real sports stars.
It's seamlessly blended because sometimes sports celebrities will mix in with actors, and you often can't tell who's who.
For
Right.
example,
It's like Jar Jar standing next to Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, you're like,
Oh, wow.
which one's real,
That's
which one's
crazy.
CGI? You can't tell. Oh yes,
Now,
no, that's
right now
good thing.
they're peeping toms. They're looking through a telescope at some naughty adult behavior that's happening.
That
Wow.
is like an important disclaimer, Ryan, is even though this is a half-hour sitcom from the 90s, it's on HBO, so it has a good amount of titties.
We got a little. We got a little. Okay, I'm in.
All right, someone is proposing that at a certain goal, I will explain HBO's recently announced plans to restructure their streaming services. I'll do it. What's the number?
I'll do
What
it.
number should
okay,
it be?
well, let's do this. Let's look at this because. So this
Oh,
is
right, we have a new way of measuring.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Let's say $200, right? Let's set
$200. I'm gonna go ahead and set a stretch goal for $155. For what I'm gonna call let me think. What should I call this? I don't have a. I'm so exhausted. I can't even think of a fun thing. I'm gonna eat some salmon at 155.
okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You know,
We'll think of a- we'll
it's
think of
so
a funnier
warm
thing.
here. It's so warm here that I thought, do I want to think of a fun way of describing this? I thought, no, I don't. I just want to eat my lunch.
Wait, are you tired? We just started. Isn't this your first of 13 hours?
Yes,
Yes.
Ryan. We're existentially tired at this point. It does not matter how far into that specific week stream we are.
Ryan, I do want to compliment you on perhaps having the most deep focus screen of any guest. How far back can you go? Because there's a limit to how far. I can only go back as far as that
Yeah.
banner. But
Right.
it looks like we could probably see your whole body at a certain point, right?
This
Feet
is
and
how far
everything.
back I can go. This is all I can
Wait,
do.
is there something further back than that?
Ryan, go further.
Yes, I thought so. Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Ryan, what's on the other side of that door? Can you
Yeah,
walk
how
out
far
the
back?
door?
If you open that door, how far back? Oh, it's a trick. The door goes that way. I thought maybe you could open it and go further back.
But what's behind the door? Close the door.
Yeah, let's close the door. Oh, God. Oh,
Oh!
Wow.
Dog.
we did it.
A
Were you
dog.
saving this reveal? Were you saving this for later
No,
in
he
the
just-
stream?
He just showed up.
Oh,
And my son.
Oh!
hello.
Do you know who that
Hello,
is?
little boy. Do you like Star Wars?
That's George
You know
Lucas.
Watto.
And that's Watto from Star
Remember
Wars.
Watto?
Remember
I'm
Watto?
Patrick. Nice to meet you.
Patrick, don't worry about it.
Small blonde children
Don't worry
love
about
Watto.
Patrick. Don't worry about Patrick. What's the dog's name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Wow.
Sebastian after Belle and Sebastian. All right.
Not after the Disney crab. That's good.
That's what happens whenever you go into that era of my house, a dog and a child show up.
Wow.
Ryan, I should mention many people in the comments at the exact same time are saying, keep that kid away from Watto. Now, obviously, this is a virtual environment. I am no risk to you and your son, but I am on a registry, and I should mention, I did used to own child slaves. I have to disclaim that.
Yeah, the thing hanging off your face was, I think, enough of an indicator for him.
That's kind of, well, that's getting a little, you're generalizing here.
Hey, George.
I
You
do, in
can
fact, have
start
a
eating your
tendency
salmon,
to
George.
own
Thank you.
toe-headed
I can
blonde
start.
boys.
Wait, I can't finish.
No, you can't finish. How much for George to finish?
Finish the salmon?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to finish.
But how much?
Let's say 500.
Oh no, I have to get so slow.
Yeah. So what, you want to get faster? Should we say it's 300?
Yeah, do you want me? I like to do stuff fast.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Patrick, update the sheet. 300, finish the salmon. 200, George has to explain the restructuring of HBO's streaming programs.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, Ryan, I'm not going to note you here, but we probably should have saved the dog as a stretch goal. That would have really made
I
it
know.
pop.
We can
If
come
we'd
back.
known, we would have made that dog a stretch goal. Does that
I
dog
can
do any
wait.
tricks?
Yeah, he does a lot of tricks. He does all kinds of tricks.
Really?
Yeah, we can do a paw or the other paw or roll over or up or stay. Yeah, we got some tricks.
Too much.
I
No.
think we might want to see
We
some
can do
of
a
those.
stretch goal. Listen, guys, as far as I'm concerned, I'm here for another 19 minutes and 3 seconds. So
Okay, so let's set the dog stretch goal.
What do we
Oh,
want?
look, special effects. Arliss is talking about special effects in wrestling.
Do we want to say 250 for the stretch goal?
Yeah, 250. Ryan, what's the best trick the dog
roll
can
over.
do?
Roll
Roll
over.
over. Can we combine? Can we put a paw in there at some point?
Yeah, we can do one paw and a roll over for 275.
Okay.
275. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. For 275, you get one paw and a roll over.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
We're like singular wireless. We believe in the rollover.
Oh no. Oh no. Wow.
Oh yes, George. It just says, "Oh yes, George." That guy's name is George, who's being sexed.
Mm.
The person who's on the sex wheel is named George.
George, it's not you though.
I know, but it could be an homage, like Kurosawa.
Yes.
Oh, George, this is a good question.
Mhm.
Why were there never any fish Jedi on the council?
Yeah, because you have like Mon Calamari, you have sort of fish-like species. Too stinking. George's answer.
That is an answer truly worthy of George Lucas.
Too stinky. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto was a nautilin. He's aquatic, but he's not a fish. He's got the squid hair.
Now, Ryan,
Ryan. Oh
you
no!
had said you had said earlier when you were having trouble on the Zoom that you were having trouble being seen.
Yeah, but I didn't understand in StreamYard that they blacked you out. So if I go to the other thing, I see that I'm there.
And that felt good. That felt good, didn't it, Ryan?
It felt great. Tell me more.
Because that ties in, I think, to the organization that we're raising money for today, which is the Black TV and Film Collective, which a lot of that has to do with people being able to tell their own stories, that as well as so audiences can experience different kinds of stories, and also so that people can feel like they're seeing stories where they feel seen and they feel they see themselves represented up on the big screen or on the small streaming screen.
And Ryan,
what we call it now, the small streaming screen.
Ryan, while we're on the subject of important causes and the fact that things need to be seen, what would you say if I told you that 10 years ago, George Lucas entirely self-funded and self-produced 39 episodes of an animated series called Star Wars Detours? This exists. They made multiple seasons. It's finished. And then when Disney bought Star Wars, they just put it on a shelf, and it's never been released.
We gotta see
Hold on
it.
1 second. Hold on. The cops just showed up.
Oh no! Boo!
Oh,
A boo!
Wait, so who's the guy? Who's the older guy in the hardware store, though?
I don't know,
Okay.
but I think this is the domestic abuse episode.
It is.
Is it?
Wow. Ugh, this is horrible.
This is. I cannot follow what's happening this episode.
Hang on. I will read the description that Bobby sent to me for you guys.
I'm following it.
Arliss's Hall of Fame campaign for a former client hits a roadblock when the ballplayer's wife claims domestic violence.
Okay, so I think that guy, the hardware store owner, is a former baseball player
Yeah.
who he's now getting arrested.
Yeah.
But he works in a hardware store?
Yeah. He's
I
got
think he owns it now.
Oh. He's got a cool hairdo.
He looks great.
Oh, he said bitch. Dash
Oh,
all.
boy.
He said the B word.
Not good, Dash. Not good. You know what? You know it's a good word to say, Dashel? For a child your age, you know it's a good word to say?
Oh, no.
Say it. Go ahead.
Yippee. Yippee. That's what when I wrote the part of young Anakin
Yes.
in the Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, whenever things would happen and he would either like them or even just it's like a good opportunity, he would say yippee.
Yippee.
Or sometimes if he really liked something, he'd describe it. Like if I was a little boy right now, I would say like, now this is salmon eating.
Right. Or I would say, now this is a toasted bialy with butter.
Or I would say, now this is a shirt that describes me.
And I would
That's
say,
the way.
"Let's
That's the
time
way.
for-"
Yeah.
Now, this is a melodica.
That's
Exclusive new music.
Exactly.
Exclusive new music.
wow.
I got it all. I got it all right here, you guys.
That one's very funny. That one
How
was a
often do you
very
guys
funny
play-
sound.
You don't play the theme song for every episode, do you?
Yeah, of course.
You should.
We do, of course.
No, we play the theme song that Ryan wrote at the beginning of the stream. But then if you go on YouTube, the stream is broken up into like 2-hour chunks, so you'll see it like 4 times or something.
Okay, cool.
Now I will
Every
say,
episode of this, not every episode of Arliss.
Yeah.
Right.
here's
Here's my. No, what are you going to say, Patrick?
we might have missed. They were looking for a lawyer for this client.
It was
And,
Robert
Robert
Shapiro.
on the screen.
making his second appearance on the TV show Arliss.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Ryan, you wrote the theme song for our live streams, knowing almost nothing about Arliss.
Correct.
You've now watched about half an episode of Arliss.
Incorrect. I've watched about 45 seconds.
Okay, let me correct myself. half an episode of Arliss has been playing while you have been speaking to us.
Fair enough.
Do you think that by the end of this episode, you could try to improvise a theme song for Arliss specifically? Do you think from the clues of what you've witnessed only half watching this episode, you could attempt an Arliss?
I'm gonna yes. If I've learned anything from my friend Connor, who I haven't spoken to in a while,
I know Connor.
It's that you in a situation like this, you say yes, and you add something. That's like an improvisational tool he taught me about. Yes.
I will say that the principles of yes and made a lot more sense before the current COVID crisis. I would say that there are several other options, including maybe not or see you later.
It doesn't seem prudent at this time.
Yeah, I think there are options at times where you might think instead of yes anding, you might see you later it or maybe not.
Let's put a pin in that. Yeah, sure.
Do you guys think that Ryan would get some more inspiration if we gave him an Arliss name?
Oh, yes!
Absolutely. Ryan, this is an amazing thing. We were doing these by hand. We were giving people Arliss names. Okay. And then a fan of these live streams invented this website called arliss.me. Anyone can go to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The site is never down for maintenance. It is fully maintained.
I can't wait to see what happens.
You type in the name, and then you can make it more Arliss. That's why with the press of a button, you make it more Arliss.
Oh, this is new.
Ooh, this is an update. Okay. It asks you, more Arliss should only be used in extreme circumstances. Are you sure?
Ryan, we don't do this every time.
It feels extreme.
Let's do it.
It feels extreme.
And
okay.
So now Ryarlison, Millerless, and the dollar signs there. And now you have these little sliders which can add it more business or more athletics.
Oh, I need to if I'm transferring to another country, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Do you think you're more business or more sports?
On a scale of 1 to 4 for each category, where do you think you land for business or sports?
Oh, I'm all sports. I love sports ball. Yeah.
Okay, so maximum sports. Great.
It's a lot of emojis. I don't think I can pronounce that anymore.
It's still pronounced Ryan Miller.
Yeah.
It should be clear. Arliss's name, the pronunciation is not changed by the existence of $2 signs for S's.
No,
and this is very important. That is still pronounced Ryan Miller.
Oh, okay. I see. So it's.
I would also say, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but it would be great if the next time that Guster puts out an album, because this is for charity, if you could put your name in the credits as your Arliss name.
Yeah, no problem. I got that. It's easy.
It would just be because it's for a cause. We'll already have raised the money. It won't actually affect at all. Yeah. But it'd be great for people who buy the next Guster album. They look on the credits, and instead of seeing Ryan Miller written in standard American English, they see a string of about 40 sports emojis all lined up.
But those in the know, they'll know. I mean, that's my favorite kind of thing.
Yeah, people who buy your next record who were also here at this moment of this charity live stream, they'll know if they remember it.
They'll remember.
It's a win-win.
Ryan, I've asked you this before, but it changes, and obviously we're in a different moment. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
My favorite Star Wars movie. I mean, I'm gonna go. I have to go with. I think I'm gonna go with.
You don't have to go with any. Go with what you feel.
My first gut was Empire, but I didn't think that was very funny at all. It's not a funny answer.
But
I mean, they tried to make it funny. They put in all kinds of jokes into it.
They did put some jokes in.
Yeah.
Solo was pretty good.
You like Solo?
Solo.
All right. What if you're in your household? If you were going to play, let's play a Star Wars movie today, it would likely be one of those two.
Yeah, we started Solo. My kids, you don't like Star Wars, though, right? We've tried it 5 times. It's scary. It's scary for my son.
Yeah, it is scary.
It's a little bit scary.
In one of the It
Arliss.
is pretty scary. In one of the Ewok movies, there's a big spider.
Yeah, I know. We could try Return of the Jedi. That's probably the least scary. What's the least scary Star Wars movie?
Probably one of the new ones because you don't even need to watch them. You just like turn them on and leave.
Okay,
You know?
Ryan, you say you tried 5 times to get your son into Star Wars. He seems completely entranced by Arliss on the first watch.
I think he's
Yeah.
still staring at your nose. WATTO.
Oh no.
That's a T-ball right there. Just setting you right out. What are you?
I mean, I do movies that are less scary. I do movies that are less scary. I've done a few movies that aren't quite so scary.
More Arliss than any of us on this one.
That's what I was saying.
He should be the one that's going to do the episode recap. Do you understand anything that's happening in the show?
Only the guy got arrested.
A guy got arrested. That's more than
That's
I know.
right. That's right.
We got a budding television critic here.
Now, Ryan, I do remember from when you did the live show, we did find a surprising Star Wars connection. Do you remember?
Oh wait, was it a Colin Trevorrow thing?
No, it was not. You had music in another movie with someone who's from Star Wars.
Oh yeah. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
We've talked. I remember that show because that was the only show in which we talked about the movie Life as a House for almost the entire show.
Life of the House starring Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen.
And there's a character, and what we discover when we watch the trailer, if you watch the trailer for that, is that the first thing that someone says in the trailer is like, "Hey, George," and we realized that must have been how I got the idea to cast him as Anakin. Was I saw that trailer and it caught my attention,
Right.
and then I was like, "Oh, I'll make that guy Anakin."
Yeah.
That guy is not beloved though, right? Everybody in the Star Wars universe hates him. Hayden.
Anakin? No, they
He
like
did
him
a
at
lot of
first, but then he turns to the dark side. Sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Crap.
Wait, Ryan, you should show your kids Strange Magic.
Mm.
Yes, I should definitely show him Strange Magic.
That is the kids'
Do you know what strange magic is, Ryan? Or are you
No.
just being polite?
I have no idea.
Well, it's perfect for you because it's all about music.
Okay.
It's the
What's
last
strange-
project that I did for Lucasfilm,
Okay.
and it's an CGI animated jukebox musical about fairies who live in the woods.
Whoa.
And the songs are all off my iPod.
And how do you feel like it ranks in your Ovure?
Oh, I can't choose. All my movies are equally great. But it's Star Wars for girls.
Oh, right.
That's what I said about it.
That is what George Lucas said.
I said
Ryan,
Star
can
Wars
I
is for
ask-
boys and this is for girls.
May I ask you, Ryan? You mentioned Colin Trevorrow, who is a friend of yours. You have your safety not guaranteed poster in the back.
Oh yeah.
Now that it has been leaked, it is out there on the internet, and people are talking about it more. Did you ever get the chance to read his script for Star Wars Episode 9?
You know, I didn't read it. I had talked to him about it a little bit, and I read a little bit of the post of the fallout. Of
Yeah.
The, and George, where did you stand on that? I never really found out your reaction to the
Well,
leak.
yeah, he's now part of the great legion of filmmakers who almost did a Star Wars.
It's almost a more prestigious list.
It's,
a good list.
David Lynch, my buddy Steve.
Phil and
Who else?
Phil and Chris.
The Lord and Miller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
Pretty good.
Everybody. I mean, and the thing is, what's great about almost doing a Star Wars is none of those people get yelled at every day for the way that they did their Star Wars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you do a Star Wars, then everyone screams at you the rest of your life because you maybe didn't do the Star Wars that's perfect for everybody. But if you almost do a Star Wars, you just get to go on with your life.
There's a lot of
Yes, Strange Magic has the show the Star Wars holiday special. That's a good one for kids.
That's a good one. No, Ryan, I would say, like, in a certain way, not that he probably would have asked for this, but he kind of had the best of both worlds because he didn't make a Star Wars. He's on the more prestigious list, right? No one complains about him for the movie. Complains at him for the movie he made, but now he gets to sit back and everyone reads his script, which is objectively better inarguably better. And everyone goes, yeah, we probably, you know what, you were kind of right.
I think the Germans have a word for this, Captain Schadenfreude. Yes, I think there's a lot of that going around.
Because if he had made the film, people would say mean things like they call him Colin Trevor. No.
Right.
Wow, George, you've got
Like,
it.
no,
Brutal.
they'll make mean nicknames for him.
Yes.
And he already, he got to experience the magic of he made a Jurassic for my buddy Steve.
2. He's making a second one.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Third one. I mean, he's directing the second. He wrote the third one. Who's,
Yeah.
you know,
If they ever make movies again.
yeah. Who knows? You tell me, George. You tell me.
I don't know.
I don't know. You can make
Nobody
animation.
knows.
A lot of people are making animation. Maybe
That's right.
not-
And you can still make music.
Ryan, it's even easier than that. You can release the animation that's already been made. Disney has 39 episodes of Star Wars Detours on a goddamn hard drive on a shelf, and they're not pushing the button.
Oh, I did not see that.
Service.
I did not see that ending of Arliss coming at all.
It was a perfect ending. Perfect ending.
I
What
could
an
not imagine that ending that way.
What an ending.
What an ending.
Look, I mean, your son is stunned. His jaw is on the floor. He
I
can't
know what
believe
happened
it.
at the
Can't
end.
believe it. He's
What
fallen to the ground.
He's fallen to the ground. My dog's asleep at my feet. Can you see it again? You want to watch the next episode? I think we got an Arliss fan in here, you guys.
Ooh. Well, here's the good news. Here's the good news for your son is that we are trying to develop a show called Baby Arliss that will be a prequel that could be
Whoa.
made during social distancing.
Yeah.
And we've already had some character designs made for what all the characters can look like as little kids. And if your son likes live action adult Arliss, he will love the adventures of Baby Arliss because it's still the same show fundamentally. Still the same show. You're still making deals, but instead it might be for dodgeball or stickball or
Sure.
games that I don't know, kids play on their phones or whatever. Whatever is sports for
Whatever
a kid now.
kids are doing these days.
Kicking the can down the road.
But George,
Street stick.
you're
If
leaving
they-
out an important element,
Yeah.
which is not only are the characters from Arliss now babies, but they're also all vehicles as well.
Yeah, so they can go
Baby
fast.
Arliss. Yes. And
Are
Michael.
we just rolling right through to the next episode?
No, let's start at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, am I on this one too?
You can,
Yeah, I
you
mean-
can bail whenever you got to bail, Ryan.
It's your call. But
I'm not sure I'm helping you much.
you, hey,
Well, you are helping. You absolutely are helping.
Patrick, what are we up to in terms of donations?
Right now, hang on one sec.
Got to see where we are relative to our stretch goals.
We're at 202.48.
That's not enough for rollover.
Not enough.
That's not enough for rollover. How about the four of us will write a song if it gets to what number?
What 250 and then 275 is the rollover?
Yeah. How's that? That gets you out of there on time, Ryan?
Yeah, sure.
We can just we could write a song now. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it now.
what
with the faith that people, if they like the song, please give a few
What is
dollars.
But let's start the episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Creatures of Habit,
Oh shoot!
episode 2. I love this one has creatures in it.
And Patrick, you have to
Finally.
reset your clock.
Yep, and we are also at 252, so that's perfect.
Dashi, do you want to write something?
No,
You don't want to write anything?
no.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, let's start the episode. Hang on. 1,
You ready?
2, 3.
And let's have the song be called Creatures of Habit, and it's inspired by episode 2, season 5 of Arliss.
Oh wait, did you say episode 2?
There we go.
It's impossible to do music on
Watto wears a hat in episode 2, and so anytime we
Star
watch
Wars.
an episode
Oh.
of Star Wars, he wears a hat. That's the difference. That's his
Has
character
it on my
arc.
wall. It's like a break glass in case of emergency thing.
Now, what's the best way to write a song, Ryan? We already have the title.
Wait, aren't you supposed to ask me what comes first, the music or the lyrics? Isn't that just a typical George ask?
That someone else might ask that, but George is a storyteller, so I know the story comes first.
All right.
Here's what I would think. I've never written a song really, so I think it's a song called "Creatures of Habit." The easiest way to do this, to get the story out there, is think of, well, what are some of the rhymes?
Okay.
Habit rhymes with rabbit. What?
Well, I have a good idea for an opening line.
Yeah, come on, Patrick. We need more of you.
His name is Arliss Michaels.
Ooh, that's great.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna write this down. His name is Arliss Michaels. Is that his real name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, but now you got to rhyme with Michaels.
No, his name is Arliss Michaels. He's a creature of habit.
Oh, he is a creature. Okay. Yep.
He sees an opportunity. He reach out and grab it.
Okay. 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 Yes.
What's next?
He's gonna reach out. Okay.
He's good to reach out and grab it. Do we go through the rest of the cast, or do we add lines for Kirby and Rita?
There's Rita and there's Kirby and Michael Boatman too.
Rita and Kirby and who?
Michael
Boatman too.
Michael Bolton too. And
No,
now
Boatman.
Boatman.
Oh wait.
Half man.
Okay, but if it were only Michael Bolton and then a lyric from a Bolton song that rhymes with two.
But it's not.
The story comes first.
This is why you're
Maybe
George
in rock and roll there are no rules, but in stories there are rules.
Yeah, that's why you're George Lucas and I'm in a C-level rock band. Okay, it's Rita and Kirby and Michael Boatman too.
Mm-hmm.
Now what?
You know we're closing deals with the Arliss crew.
Wait, there was one other thing that said they got to close all the deals. There's nothing else to do.
Oh, I like that.
That's from the chat.
Yes, let's
All
go
right.
with that.
Andy T. Andy. All right, Andy to Germ is going to get writing credit on this.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that it?
No, this could be a very long
I think
song.
that's not it.
Let's do one more line.
Okay, we're all right. We need some more then.
Then the chorus should be, this is a song about Arliss, season 5, episode 2. This is a song about Arliss, and I'm singing it to you.
Okay, season 5.
That's the chorus.
Okay, episode 2.
No,
This is a song
season
about-
5. This is a song about Arliss, episode season 5, episode 2.
This is a
This
song.
is a song about Arliss, and I'm singing it to you.
I'm singing it to you. Okay. All right.
And I don't know if you want to add in, take this or leave this. I don't know if this is good. And I'm singing it to you, a doobie doo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if music people like doing that kind of thing. I don't know if they like singing like doobie doos.
Maybe you say Scooby Dooby Doo, because that Scoob is blowing up on digital.
Yeah, it could be good. Is your son like Scoob?
Does your son like Scoob? I hear 1 billion people participated in the Scoob challenge on TikTok.
Okay, let's hear the song.
All right.
Wait, we can get an answer on this. Ryan, did anyone in your family participate in the Scoob challenge on TikTok?
Did anybody what?
Scoob!
No, if you have to ask that, then the answer is no.
Arliss Michaels, he's a creature of habit. Oh, okay, that's good. Where'd I go? Wait, did I
Right there.
You're there. You're
No,
there.
you're in the main. You're in the main event.
Okay, the main event. All right. His name is Arliss Michaels. He is a creature of habit. He sees an opportunity. He's gonna reach out and grab it. There's Rita and Kirby and Michael Boatman too. We gotta close all the deals, cause there's nothing else to do. This is a song about Arliss, season 5, episode 2. about Arliss, and I'm singing it to you. Scooby Dooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Doo.
All right, that's like a real piece of Americana. That feels like if it weren't for the
he's a creature of habit.
that could have been if that song, if some people are gonna hear that song and they're gonna think, did Robert Wool base Arliss on an old Woody Guthrie song?
Yes.
And did Jeff Tweedy remake that song? Exactly.
Hey!
That's the Tweedy WATTO crossover we didn't see coming.
Oh, great.
I hope people, if you like that song, please give a few dollars to the Black TV and Film Collective.
We're treating that like it was the retroactive stretch goal for 200, but also we needed to get us to 275 so we can get the paw on the roll.
Okay.
Roll.
I have good news. I have two things. I have another guest I'm going to bring in to join us. And
Great news.
The second thing is we're past that goal, so let's get that dog.
Oh,
Let's get that dog!
I'll find the dog.
Great. So
Great.
I'm going to bring him right now. You've seen him in a bunch of things. You've seen him in a movie that I liked a lot last year, Godzilla King of Monsters. You've also seen him on Stranger Things. Please welcome Randy Avens.
Randy Avens!
Hello, Randy.
Hello, George. Hello, Watto.
Nice
Hi,
to see
Patrick.
you.
Hi, Randy.
Randy.
Ryan.
It's so nice to see you, Randy.
We're about to see Ryan Miller from Guster get his dog to give a paw and then roll over.
This is the
Wow.
rollover goal.
Thanks for waiting till I got here to do that. This is very exciting.
You
is
couldn't have
very
arrived
exciting.
at a better moment.
We're also getting a look at Ryan Miller's floor, which he was not going to show us.
No,
He's got a lot of guitars.
he does.
Oh, yeah, he's like 5 Colin Josts.
Colin Jost don't own no bongo drum, though. Colin Jost don't got no harp.
I wonder if any of these tricks can be accompanied by bongos.
Wait, so can you see the dog?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay, sit. Up. Okay, down. Okay, no, down. Okay,
Ooh.
let's do paw. Other paw. Okay, you ready to do roll over? Roll over. Ooh, almost. Roll over. Oh no, come on, you got it. He's worried about hold on. He's worried about this. Okay, come here. Set me down. Roll lay down. Roll over. Come on. He's so close. Sebby,
Oh, boy.
roll over. Oh, so close.
Oh,
Sebby, roll over.
he's so close.
Nope. Okay, come over here. Now,
So
roll.
while we're doing this, Randy, do you have any experience with the TV show Arliss?
Yeah, I'm a big Arliss head.
Okay.
Wow.
That's what we devoted Arliss fans call ourselves.
I think we
I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh,
No, that was great. I think we have enough of the dog that we can finish the rest of that in post. We can make it a full rollover.
It's because there was a guitar in the way, and they couldn't finish the roll. But you could
You
see
did
he
great.
wanted to do it. He was ready to commit.
We got the
Absolutely.
element. We can fix it. in
Yeah,
post.
we can render that, and it'll look like a full roll. We'll just turn 2 of those half rolls into a full roll.
If you guys have me back on, I'll have a whole other setup, and we'll have a whole dog trick segment.
I love it.
Ooh, that's
Hey,
so
Ryan?
exciting.
Yes, and
Maybe
dog
later.
Yes. Okay,
Thank you, Ryan. That was great.
All right, say
Thank
bye.
you so much, Ryan, and thank you for the song
Yeah, no problem. All
and
right,
the music.
all right. Care about you guys. Enjoy your show. Goodbye
Yes.
forever.
Bye, Ryan.
congrats on your Arliss loving son.
So you're called Arliss heads, Randy. That's what you're
Yeah.
saying. You're
That's
in
what
this-
the fans are called.
Now I don't know a lot about sports agents,
Yeah.
Neither do I.
but Arliss kind of like he has like a new like sports person in like every episode, right? It's always like a different sport.
Guys, you know that very well. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys had a sports agent on to watch Arliss?
No.
Okay.
No.
I
I
would
mean,
just be
we've
interested
had-
to know if sports agents actually do that.
I
Yeah, I
keep
don't
on
know.
asking Patrick to book Tom Cruise, but he says he doesn't want to burn that task.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
that's a big ask, and then like once you do it,
I hear he's not that big. I heard he's short.
He's like 5'6".
Oh, interesting.
surprisingly, Randy, there's not a huge crossover between the comedy people that I know and the sports agent world.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that might be a little bit of a shock, but yeah, not a ton.
We had
I'm curious about that. What I'm curious about is, in TV, in cop shows like Law and Order, they'll investigate all different kinds of crimes, even though that's not what cops do.
Mhm.
Like they'll investigate kidnappings and all different manner, whereas those things are more specialized.
Mhm.
And I don't really know if such a thing as a super sports agent on the level of Arliss, where he does everything from baseball to hockey to beach volleyball. Does such a thing exist in the real world? I still don't know. But I buy it.
I don't know.
When I watch this, it sells me on the story of it. I believe in this world.
Well, with Robert Wool, he can really do anything.
The best in the biz.
Best in the biz. Robert Wool has my favorite line in the movie Batman.
What is-
Hello,
what's the line?
legs.
Hello, legs. That's a good one.
Yeah. Kim
I just-
Basinger comes walking in and he looks at her and he goes, "Hello, legs."
He's in the new movie Shirley, the new Elizabeth Moss movie that's on Hulu right now. And
Oh,
he's
the
very-
one about the writer.
Yeah. He's very good. He's got a strong 2-scene role. He's very good in it. It's nice to
He's a
see him
creep.
do some drama.
A little off topic. George, what are you eating?
I was eating some salmon.
Just
But
just straight salmon.
Yeah, just baked salmon. Just a piece of baked salmon.
Just is that a usual thing? You just have you eat one like food item for a meal?
Well, normally this isn't how I used to spend my Sundays.
You don't watch
really,
Arliss and eat salmon?
No, well, it's the first time I've watched. First time I've paired it, and I have to say, I recommend it.
Yeah,
If
salmon and Arliss
you're
go
going
well
to
together.
watch Arliss on if you're going to watch Arliss on a Sunday afternoon, why not? If you eat fish, why not bake a piece of salmon and see how it goes? I found it complemented the show.
Arliss has got some pornography, I guess, in his.
Oh yeah.
Yes, in his safe. I think that's the first we've seen of Arliss's secret safe. That's a practical effect.
He has a movie called Verge of Erotic.
It's like
Okay.
Arliss's mystery box,
Yeah.
Now,
Randy, are you in anything on HBO Max right now? Is Godzilla on HBO Max? I feel like
Possibly, right?
I think Godzilla's on there.
yeah.
Take a look. Let's take a look.
Because
Now, I
this isn't
don't-
our list stream, but no, I was gonna say this isn't our list stream, but we're also promoting HBO Max.
Of
Right.
course.
Right.
Ryan, what was it like working with Godzilla?
I think Ryan left.
Yeah, Randy.
Oh,
you
Randy,
meant to say
sorry.
Randy. What are ours?
but Godzilla did famously guest vocal on a Guster album.
that is
He
true.
did satellite, yes. He did some backup, yes.
Look, man, I don't want to burn any bridges in Hollywood,
Oh,
but
are you trying to cancel
Godzilla was kind of a diva. No, you can't cancel Godzilla, but
Godzilla is over, party.
he is kind of a diva. Hashtag Godzilla is over party. I just want to say, like, Godzilla's trailer was bigger than everybody else's, and I don't see why that is necessary.
Well, now-
like, that's a big
particularly-
flex to walk it onto like base camp and to look up and see a trailer that's the size of
That's
a high rise.
inexcusable.
It makes everybody else feel bad. Godzilla,
Particularly, I'm assuming the Godzilla you worked with was CGI, yes?
yeah.
There's no excuse. You can fit him on a thumb drive.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They had a huge.
I would understand the
skyscraper
industry.
size trailer.
Yeah, back in the day, the industry was different. But even in the practical era, you wouldn't make a Godzilla to scale to the best of my knowledge, no one ever has attempted. And I'm not a big fan of practical effects, but if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. Make a Godzilla that is actually the size of a real Godzilla.
Sure.
But there would be no instance in which Godzilla should ever have a bigger trailer than Randy Haven's.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Not once.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, George. Do you have any diva stories? I know that you've worked with some divas in your day.
I mean, David Prowse, the man inside the Darth Vader costume.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I think he's
Really?
still alive. I think he's still alive.
Well, I think the sentiment still applies. He's pretty old, and there's nothing wrong with having a good rest when you get up there in years. No, he didn't like that I made him walk around in that Darth Vader suit, and then I didn't use his voice, and then he didn't like that after 2 more movies when we reveal who's inside the suit that I used somebody else. But I didn't like that he told everybody that Darth Vader was Luke's dad before anybody knew. So, we both made mistakes in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Was that an ad lib by him?
No.
Or you told him. You told him.
No, I didn't tell him. He found out after we'd already done it, and then he told a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. So after the movie filmed, but before it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He could say whatever he wanted on set. I let him do whatever. We were just going to dub over him with James Earl Jones.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Whatever.
he thought
Whatever.
What?
You let him say whatever?
Yeah, just let him say whatever. He had a dumb accent. It didn't sound right for Darth Vader. It's like, hello, Luke. You feel that?
Now, I heard this rumor that David Prowse would do scat.
Oh.
Like,
wait, you mean singing? You mean singing or the
yes,
sex act?
I do mean singing. Then he would, instead of saying his lines, he would just go skibbledy dip, skibbledy doo.
Yep.
Bop,
Yes.
boop.
Yes. If you watch the dailies, it really seems like Darth Vader is a much more whimsical bodybuilder.
That's great. And is that where you got the idea for Jar Jar?
No, Jar Jar was a character that was just based on the very simple concept of what if there was a character who is as funny can be. And I started from there.
Yeah.
And then got funnier.
And then obviously.
And then I thought, right when I thought this is as funny a character as I've ever written. Yeah. And I said, what if I doubled it? What if I made it twice as funny?
Why would you do that, George? It was like,
it was too much. It was too much. People still haven't gotten all the jokes from Phantom Menace.
Yeah, no, I'm still laughing.
You know that when he's at the pod race, he gets straight up farted on.
Yeah.
Most people don't get that joke.
Classic.
What's the joke, George, that people aren't getting?
That I don't think people are getting that, because I was expecting to see a lot more people talking about how funny that was.
Yeah.
I assumed you didn't get it.
Now Godzilla sort of in an Arliss way, because if I remember correctly, Godzilla destroys Fenway Park.
Yeah, Godzilla fucked.
Is that right?
Godzilla fucked Boston up pretty bad.
Yeah,
that is an Arliss way. That is an Arliss way. I thought you were going to say that Godzilla makes a great deal and then it backfires on him. That's really the Arliss way. From as best I've been able to glean, the Arliss way is to make a great deal and then it falls apart at the last minute. Every now and then, he isn't about to make a bad deal and then it all comes together.
Or he'll have a successful business deal, but then something in his personal life will go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Jamal Anderson.
Now it seems like
from the Atlanta Falcons. This is wow, Patrick, great. Thanks for choosing this episode.
Are you a Falcons fan?
He's a real hometown hero in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
You're a Falcon fan?
Yes, sir. I'm from Atlanta.
Do you have a favorite?
Do you have a favorite Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Julio Jones.
Oh, not the Millennium Falcon?
Okay, all right.
Fastest ship in the
You got
galaxy.
me. You got me. That's right.
Fastest ship in the galaxy.
That's right. That's right. Made the Kessel run in like 12 parsecs.
That's right.
Ryan, I apologize for my silence for the last couple of minutes. I was
Why are you
methodically
apologizing to Ryan?
No, God damn it, Randy! I'm sorry I keep on making this mistake. Listen,
Watto, maybe you should mute yourself.
No, because no, I have something important to say. I've been distracted, but it was doing important work.
Okay.
Randy Havens.
Great. You can read? Good. Thank you.
I have gone through your entire IMDb page and looked up every single credit you have
Great.
on HBOmax.
Okay. Oh, excellent. You're like cross-referencing.
Yes, I cross-reference.
All right.
This is the Randy Havens collection.
I have two titles on HBO.
Now we established, yes, we were correct in our assumption. Godzilla King of the Monsters is on HBO Max.
Excellent.
Now, can you guess what the second item in the Randy Havens collection is? This includes, I looked up every individual TV episode. I looked up every film. I didn't include shorts.
Watto did the work. He did the work.
Watto did the work.
I'm listening.
No, I don't know what the second one is. Is it Boy Erased?
Nailed it!
What?
Whoa.
And that's why you have
okay, great.
50,000 Twitter followers.
Yeah. We should give Randy a Arliss name.
Yes,
Absolutely, we should. Absolutely, we should.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited about this.
Okay.
Now
I can't believe there's a website now.
It's the best. Yeah. Let's reset this. Okay.
It's so
Here we go.
Making an Arliss name is so easy
George
now.
Watto,
I
let me
think
know
of how
what
we
you
were sweating it.
Yeah.
We used to sweat these, you know.
It was practical.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is just the standard name, and now we're gonna Arlissify it.
Now we don't do this every time, but I think maybe we should make it more or less.
Oh yeah, I think I should.
Sure.
I think we should max out the. There we go.
Yeah, that looks very good.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Now, Randy, scale of 1 to 4, how much business are you?
You know what? I'm gonna say
4 being the most business.
4 being max. I'm gonna say it's 2 and 2, man. It's 2 business. It's 2 sports. Let's go. Bam.
That is always the sensible choice.
I don't
think
know.
some of the best Arliss names.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Can we take the business and sports out of it for a second? Because I want to just point out why it looks like this before we businessify it. Why am I listening?
Because we made it more Arliss.
Oh, great! So we threw in just lists in the middle of my name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very technical process, but yes, if you want to reduce it to that, sure.
Great. I love it. This is a brilliant Arliss name. It's a golfer.
Yeah.
And a soccer net.
Yeah, that's the A.
And another golfer.
Yeah, that's the R.
And then the British pound.
An L.
Yes.
And then the S.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then that's a yen?
It's a yen.
Great. I don't know the A. What
I don't
it's called
know.
like an Austral or something.
What currency? What nation is that currency from?
It's an Argentinian Austral.
Oh, an Austral.
Yeah.
I want one of those. Could someone send me an Austral in the mail?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. You got a good one.
And the reserved and then a hockey stick and a puck.
Yeah.
And then a euro.
Yeah.
And then I don't know the N. What nation
Let's see what the
is this?
The N is at the Naira from Nigeria.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And then hey, we're gonna end it off with a little classic $sign. I'm all about that money, baby.
Classic. Now for the fundraiser, we are up to 517, which means George, you have to describe the HBO restructuring.
All right.
Wow, we did a big jump there. We have 3 different things we need to accomplish now.
Yeah.
So What do we have to do now for the goal?
You need to explain the restructuring of HBO's apps. You need to finish eating all of your salmon, and you need to deflate the BB-8.
Oh, did I miss him
gosh.
inflating BB-8?
No, it's
No.
been inflated all week. Last week we didn't get to the second deflate point.
I appreciate you asking, Randy. It is confusing. We have now made it a thing where we start out with it deflated, then he has to inflate it again, and then deflate it again, and so on and so forth.
But this week there was no inflating.
We started
No inflating.
inflated.
It starts
Yeah.
inflated because that
We
was one of my
basically
favorite
start
parts
where
was
we-
watching you inflate the BB-8.
We'll get there.
Well, hopefully we'll get to that.
Okay,
We've yet to get
okay.
to a point where we have to inflate, deflate, and then do a third.
Right.
But much like the continuity in the Star Wars movies, it's sort of where we leave it, then we pick up in that place. So,
Mhm.
we ended inflated, so he's kept it. He's kept it that way since last time.
So I've kept it that way all week.
Okay.
If you want, and this is an audible, I'm going to just top him up a little bit because over the course of the week he's gotten a little bit. It's not as fully inflated.
I'll tell you what,
bit.
George, it's that way for
Yeah.
a lot of us. This week has taken it out of a lot of us.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna just a little top up. No, it wasn't much. It wasn't much.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. It feels like we're more deflated than we actually are.
Should I explain the HBO's restructuring while I'm deflating?
This is a good way to kill two
Yeah.
birds with one stone.
Yeah. While you eat
Finish
salmon.
your salmon, George? Is the salmon done?
Yeah, I just finished the salmon. There were just a couple little pieces left. All right. So basically, HBO previously it started off as just home box office, and this is when my buddy Jim he released Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas on the
Classic.
home box office. It was basically a way to see movies at home at a premium channel.
Mhm.
So you started with home box office. Then at a certain point, they wanted there was HBO on demand, which was just part of a normal on-demand service for a lot of HBO titles. And then they decided to add HBOgo as sort of another way of doing it that would contain more library titles. But then there were people who said, well, I want HBOgo, but I don't have regular HBO. And HBO said, you have to have HBO if you want HBOgo. And
No room for cord cutters.
yes, no room for cord cutters. So if you want the home box office go, you've got to have the regular home box office. But then there came a point as the streaming era continued where HBO reconsidered and thought, let's have an HBO Go for people who don't have HBO. So for people who wanted HBO Go, who didn't, yes, they want it now.
I can't
So
wait.
HBO Now was
HBO Now.
they called it HBO Now. And so HBO Now was HBO Go for people who didn't have HBO. But then Warner Brothers wanted to do a streaming service that would include all of HBO. And HBO would be a big part of that service. And the name for that service was going to be HBOmax. And the slogan for it is, it's HBO, but so much more. Now, HBOmax would contain everything that was on HBO and HBO Go, and everything that was on HBO Now. And if you already had HBO Go, basically, you automatically get HBO Max. It's the maximum amount of
George, you're
HBO
going
available at any given moment. Well, there's a lot still to explain. Then people start wondering, well, wait, what's... Yeah, I'm taking my time because I got a lot to explain. So HBO Go people, they automatically got HBO Max. And people started to wonder, well, wait, why does HBO Go even exist in a world where HBO Max is a thing? Why would you do that? Why would you continue to have HBO Go essentially became the equivalent of the 1977 work print of Star Wars that I released in theaters around the world for a series of test screenings over the course of several decades.
It was obsolete.
It was obsolete. There's no reason to watch HBO Go.
Temporary solution.
It was a quick fix. HBO Go was never meant to live forever. HBOmax is the final. It's what home box office has always been building towards. It's where we were headed this whole time. The people who sign up for what?
Now, George, here's where I get confused. I was like, oh, is it just combining HBO and Cinemax? But it's not at all. Has nothing to do with Cinemax. Absolutely nothing to do with Cinemax at all. But it's called HBOmax.
Yeah. But it's not called HBO Cinemax.
Because it's maximum
HBO. Maximum HBO.
Yeah.
Well, can I spill the sneaky T element to the naming?
Mm-hmm.
So AT&T buys Time Warner, right, which owns home box office. And the head of AT&T is like, we control the data. Like, we make money off of people having internet. So we want people to be streaming our shit as much as possible. So they go to the people who run HBO and they say, you should make as much stuff as Netflix makes. And the HBO people say, well, we try to maintain a standard of quality. You can't do that if you produce too much. Netflix quality's all over the place. A lot of their shows no one watches. We want a sort of stamp, a guarantee. The HBO, it's not TV, it's HBO. It's sort of blue ribbon. And the AT&T guy went, oh, cool, got it. We're going to start a streaming service and call it HBOmax. Go fuck yourself.
Great.
So the idea was a bunch of other shit that HBO didn't have a hand in making now could get branded as HBO.
Gotcha. Yes,
Now,
all the DC stuff, obviously. Turner Classic Movies, their entire library.
Looney Tunes.
Only the looniest of tunes, because it's HBO Max, so it's got to be the looniest tunes.
Yeah,
Let's start episode 3, guys. Let's start.
Start episode 3.
Wait, Revenge of the Sith.
I'm freaking 3 minutes and 50 seconds into episode 3. I just straight rolling. Okay, let me start over here. Okay, great. Can't wait to watch this episode.
1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Watch it. Oh, the classic HBO static. You know what I missed, guys?
What do you miss?
Oh my god, it's fast forwarding. The little HBO thing that they used to do like back in the day where they'd fly, the little camera would like fly over the city. George, you have anything to do with that? That seems like a very George Lucas thing. It's probably inspired by
I wasn't involved in that, but it definitely they definitely were taking a cue from the way that I'd revolutionized special effects. And certainly the lush orchestration, it's because they go and you see all this, and you see like the night sky and the stars, and then how did it go? It and it would go on for 30 minutes, solid half hour before every HBO show.
Yeah, you'd fly through a city and you would literally see every person in the city and what they were doing at that moment.
And you'd end up in the stars, in space. So just to continue, the people who have HBO Now, remember them? They were the ones who they wanted their HBO Now. They don't have HBO Max. They just have HBO Go.
No, that's not true.
Correct?
No, that's not true.
Not correct?
You've got it the other way. You've got it the other way around.
HBO Go is gone. HBO Go has HBO Max.
No, HBO Now has HBO Max.
Hold on.
Because I had
correct because I have HBO Go.
I had HBO Now.
I have HBO Go. And now you have HBO Max?
Yeah. Now here's
But it's just called HBO. It's just called HBO.
No, I have HBO Max. HBO now it changed over
I
to
think
HBO
you do.
Max.
I think you've been tricked. I think someone's. I think you're being scammed.
All right. You know what, George?
That's a scam. Don't click on it.
Like,
don't click on it.
I don't like.
Randy, don't click on it.
I would
It's a
never.
scam.
I would never do this to you, George. But you're wrong.
What? No. I don't like hearing no or that I'm wrong. Don't do that.
I know, George. Listen, I hate to do this to you, but you are incorrect. I believe, and like I was so impressed with your knowledge of HBO, the history of the creation of HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
But you are incorrect in this instance. I believe what happened. The only people who don't have HBO Max, there are some cable providers that people had HBO go through that did not make a deal. And so there are some people who actually had HBO Go who now do not have HBO Max because their cable provider did not have a deal in place with HBO.
Can I try to mediate this situation, this very tense argument that is now developed?
I'm very concerned, Randy, that if you had HBO Now and you clicked on it and you think of HBO Max, I think they have all your passwords. I think it's a dummy site. It's not HBO Max. I think you're being scammed, Randy.
George, I believe
it's worth them getting my passwords because I got to watch The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. So
the animated one, not the Nolan, right? They don't have the Nolans.
That's Dark Knight Rises, but yeah. Or wait, no, I guess yeah.
But he also returns. I'm not saying it's called that, but he does come back in it.
Yeah,
right?
it's just The Dark Knight. Yeah, well, it's Batman Begins.
But when
Dark
he rises, he also does
Rises.
come back. Like he doesn't. He's gone and then he comes back.
He returns
in the hole.
He breaks his back. He breaks his back, and then
Bane breaks his back. Bane breaks his back. Let's put responsibility where Bane breaks his back, and then he falls in a hole and he can't climb out.
Batman put himself in that situation.
Oh my God! We're blaming the bat.
Are we victim blaming Batman? Yeah.
Are we bat shaming?
Hang on. I just want to bring up something that happened in the show.
What happened?
They're in a locker room right now. Arliss and Boatman walk in. They go shake the hands with the player. The player reaches into his towel, adjusts himself, and then shakes his hand. Now Arliss looks at his hand like before he does it. He's like, oh, "That's it."
That's absolutely revolting.
I don't think they're going to make a bigger deal about it, but that feels like an entire Curb season with that one motion.
Right.
Watto, I saw you adjusting yourself. What kind of sex organ do you have? That's it. I noticed. You're wearing a condom the other week.
Well, it's tough because the basic human face masks do not offer me enough protection. You see,
Sure.
I would either put it here and then it's looking out, or put it over the mouth and it's going over. So I like to double up: mask over the mouth, condom over the nose.
Yeah, you could get one of those old school, like World War II style gas masks that have like the hose coming down.
Sure, like a plague doctor mask almost. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could get one of those. Sure.
That too. Yes. What we do, of course, that is a stretch goal. I believe it's if people donate.
Let's see.
69.
Right. 69.
$6,000, $969. I put the condom on my nose.
Watto, chug a pint of ice cream. Are you going to melt the ice cream and then drink it?
All right.
Is George going to prove me wrong here?
That's the point.
Randy?
Yes, George.
I'm not gonna prove you wrong. I'm not gonna prove you wrong. But Warner Media, in an attempt to clear, once again, the problem is I'm essentially 10 steps ahead. And that's my fault. That's not on you, Randy. I'm just so far ahead of the curve.
No, I know
that.
I know. I've seen your films.
Yeah. And you've seen my streams. I think you're the first guest. Someone just asked, are you the first guest who's actually watched any of the streams? I think the answer might be a resounding yes. Warner Media is going to be sunsetting HBO Go and rebranding HBO Now as simply HBO. Just HBO. So HBO Now on the 31st of July, HBO Go will not exist at all, and HBO Now will just be called HBO. And they are announcing, and you're right. The most amazing thing is that HBO and Cinemax are owned by the same people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But none of Cinemax, as far as I know, the Nick is not on HBO Max.
No.
The Nick on
Great
HBO
show.
Max? Can we get the Nick?
It's a great
No.
show. It is not. It is not. No. I would be
I
watching
mean-
the hell out of that show.
Put the Nick on Max. Put the Nick on the other Max.
Do you know what I wish?
And
I wish I could watch the Nick at night. That's what I wish I could do. I wish I could settle into bed and watch the Nick at night.
WATTO, I mean, you can subscribe to Cinemax. You wasted a wish.
Not gonna do it.
Not going to do it. They are announcing another HBO platform for people who don't have HBO, don't want to pay for it, don't want to watch it, and it's just called HBOnow. And it's not even an app. It's just a way that it's a sensibility that you can adopt.
Yeah.
But they've branded it. So whether you want to subscribe to HBOnow or not, it's one of those things where it's you have it. Like if you say I don't want anything to do with this, I don't want HBOmax, I don't want HBO, oh, you have HBOnow. And when they say no, I don't have HBO, it's like you have HBOnow. And it's just a defining trait. Everyone has some form of HBO now. It's like HPV.
But not everyone has a form of HBO now. They just have a form of
And not everyone, and to be fair, not everyone has a form of HPV, but a lot of people have it and they don't know it.
Sure.
I want to pop in really quick. Remind people that if you donate $100 or more, you can get the equivalent of a cameo from WATTO.
Yes. Yes.
He will record a message or whatever you'd like him to do. $100. We'll
Right.
pop a little WATTO blurb on the screen so it looks like a cameo.
I
And
will
we
say
also
literally anything you want that does not contain slurs.
Yes. And we
Yes.
also have, and I'm going to bring Bryson, who works behind the scenes on the show, in. They have a stack of Planet Scum membership cards for the website that we're on. Hang on, let me bring in Bryson and they'll show you.
Wow.
You can be a
Right.
member of a website?
Oh, hey, why am I single? This isn't great. Hey, look, I got a WATTO. Yeah, we've got Planet Scum, official trash person from Planet Scum membership cards.
Wow.
These were rare. These were when we the community made a zine last fall, and these were given out as part of the zine. We have a
Great
few
Rosie
left.
O'Donnell shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's my prized possession.
I do not blame you. My God, that's beautiful.
But I have
That is
6
very
here.
good.
I have 6 membership cards here. Who knows how many more we have? Supplies are limited until they run out. If you donate $100, we'll send you a Planet Scum membership card.
Now, is it going to have someone else's name on it? Because I know some of those have other names on them.
It's issued by Justin Bot.
Issued by Justin Bot. Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's a line above where you would write in your own name.
Oh, you have to write in your own name. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
A
great.
little bit of a calligraphy project.
exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Bryson.
I'm gonna go walk a dog.
We should
Great.
Thank
also
you,
mention,
Bryson.
Patrick, because you're saying that only costs $100. We are only about $100 away from WATTO having to chug an entire can of yes, baby, it's back. Coca-Cola Energy, the worst drink in the world.
Wow.
So
how
someone
far
can
away from
donate.
that?
what are we at right now? 520?
Right now we are at, hang on. Yeah, like 520-ish.
How the
So
heck-
we're
how the heck are we gonna get this?
$146. That of course happens at 666.
We need
But the point is,
$146 for you to
If one
drink it.
person donates $100, that person could say, I want you to read this right after you finish chugging. Like that could be part of your WATTO video. Is I chug the can and then directly into camera say whatever you have written.
Wow.
And also as a reminder, if you donate $25 or more, you get a signed photo from Robert Wool.
It only costs $25.
Is it a signed photo of Robert Wool or just a signed photo that he signed it?
Of
Just
Robert Wool.
a random photo that he signed.
Robert Wool will sign a photo of himself and mail it to you.
Great.
This is a very real deal.
It's
A lot of
very
people have been
real-
getting
a lot
them.
of people are getting them. Yes.
I have a couple of questions. George,
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a wealthy man.
Mhm.
Why does your internet suck so bad?
What do you mean? I'm getting. Why? I can't imagine it being any better. Right now, I'm getting live streamed episodes of Arliss on one device, and I'm talking to 3 good friends on another. That seems like pretty good internet to me. I'm not going to complain.
Randy, what a great question. George Lucas refuses to own a laptop. We have purchased him one that will hopefully arrive this week. He has been doing these live streams off of his goddamn phone.
Okay, so he's using what, data to do this?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think he's
We don't talk
using
about
a flip phone.
Because
Yeah,
George,
we don't talk about data. This is a Star Wars stream, not a Star Trek stream, Randy.
oh wow,
We don't talk about data. Come on.
wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Rookie mistake on my part.
It's okay. It's okay, Randy. It's all right. Oh, do you see that iMac that Michael Boatman has on his desk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Oh, he's also got a football phone because he's a sports agent,
He's a sports guy.
obviously.
Oh boy. Kirby,
they-
seems,
Every now, yeah.
Made
I
like a
was gonna
Sports
say, Kirby
Illustrated
seems to be getting his 15 minutes of fame right now. Yeah, he seems to be. There's a journalist digging around on Kirby a little bit.
Bryson himself messaged us and said, I checked the live stream itself. George's connection isn't ideal. I describe it as passable.
Well, what does that mean? What's wrong? What can I do?
For the man who invented non-linear editing systems, surround digital sound,
Had a significant thing on Pixar. Just a lot
I
of.
sold it. Yeah, I sold it. That's a real smart move.
Yeah, you should have invested some of that money in your internet connection.
Yeah,
I sold. I mean, I sold Pixar before they really done anything cool.
That's true. Oh, is this a 3D Sports Illustrated they're looking at?
Yeah.
I think maybe that guy's just cool.
Okay. Oh, he's like one of Biff's friends in Back to the Future.
Yes. He's Billy Zane.
He's Billy Zane in Back to the Future.
It's the 3D swimsuit issue. Because my favorite thing is to look at pictures of sexy ladies when one of my eyes is really red and the other eye is really blue.
Billy Zane feels like he should show up on Stranger Things at some point, Randy.
Sure.
No real question there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, Randy, I actually have a question for you while we're on this
I've
subject.
got a question for you too, Watto, so I'll answer yours first.
Randy, you have been on 11 episodes of Stranger Things.
Sure.
I took the count. I was on your IMDb. I'm very thoroughly invested in your entire.
I'm sorry, Watto. We're just gonna we just have to pause for a moment.
Oh yes, there are 2 perfect titties on screen right now.
Okay, go ahead.
So you've been on 11 episodes of Stranger Things.
Oh, sorry. Can you stop for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We're back for a second. Okay. I'm sure you loved when those episodes
Can you
were
stop for a
released.
second?
Oh, wait, no, 2 titties.
Okay, go ahead. Nope, stop. Go ahead.
Okay.
Stop. Go ahead.
That was a nice long clip. I like that. That was a good length. That was a healthy length. So
Stop.
And they're doing, I believe, a Cyrano. They're doing a Cyrano homage during this. Yes?
Yeah, go ahead, Watto.
Yeah, okay, so you've been on 11 episodes of Stranger Things so far.
Yes.
And we know that because those episodes have been released. They were not just completed, but then they were. Hold on one second.
Yeah, go ahead.
They were then put out. Hold on. Right. So the streaming service, they pushed a button. Sorry. They pushed a button so that everyone who is subscribed to that streaming service could watch it, right?
Bam. Bam, immediately. Yeah.
Now imagine that George Lucas. I'm trying to get the pointing right. Yes, you got it. George Lucas self-financed and self-produced 39 episodes of an animated TV series called Star Wars Detours that has never been released. Hold on one second. Never been released.
Wow.
When he bought Lucasfilm, they put it on a shelf and it's been there for a decade.
What?
I swear to God, this is real.
I don't
So
like it.
at the 39th, oh, hold on one second.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Get it
Okay.
complete.
All right. Very athletic. These must be athletes.
They have to.
Mhm.
Yes. I mean, a certain way, all actors are athletes using your body.
A lot of wordplay in this scene where people are saying one thing that has double meanings.
Yes. And
We've brought him to his knees.
Arliss has a cigar, which is like.
Okay. So there's also a classic misunderstanding.
Well, no, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Okay,
I think
we're done.
I think there's been a classic Three's Company style misunderstanding
with the deal they were trying to
with
close.
the deal that they were trying to close, and one of those people having an orgasm. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
Now-
He was saying yes, which they thought was him agreeing to the deal, but actually it was him showing the fact that he was about to ejaculate semen out of his penis into the woman's body. So anyway,
Now,
on the
Yeah, I think the
39th
woman and the
of
man were
every
having
hour-
what I would call. Say again, Watto. I'm sorry. You kind of.
No, you fit. What were you saying, Randy?
Oh, my question for you, Watto, is you're a junk dealer,
Yes.
but
And
you
slaves.
also deal a little bit in slaves on the side.
Mhm. Yes.
Now, have you been canceled yet? Is there a
No,
Watto is over party?
No, I'm uncancelable. They try every goddamn week and they can't
Okay,
touch me.
okay.
No, if
Yeah.
anything,
You're
there's
just
a
too,
water
you're
under
just too
party.
powerful, or I don't know.
Yes.
Why can't you
Yes.
be okay?
Yes, I am so
Should
deeply
we
entrenched
see-
with it, not just the entertainment industry, but almost every industry.
Gotcha.
The
Gotcha.
ramifications of canceling, no one would be safe.
Hypothetically, could we see if we could get that trending though?
Watto is over party? Yes.
Why don't we try to get
Yeah.
Watto is under party? Watto is under party.
So, Watto, you've got kind of a Jeffrey Epstein thing going on, in that like you're so powerful that they can't stop you.
It's a little too soon. Don't bring that up, okay? I'm still grieving.
And if they were to stop you, they would have to kill you.
Yes.
Okay.
I do want to point out, just from a pure comedy writing standpoint, that Michael Boatman brought a pizza over that I want to say might be the perfect comedy pizza, because the topics were goat cheese, pineapple, anchovies, and bison.
Bison.
Very
Interesting.
funny toppings.
Interesting.
More
Those
like
are
a
funny.
Bison Wallace.
Sorry, George. I gotta ask: is there a pizza equivalent in the Star Wars universe, and what is it? And what are the ingredients?
There is something that is the equivalent of pizza, but it's called pizza, and it's there are a race of creatures who have pizzas for feet, and they taste as good as pizza, but it's an ethical, moral question, because
They
eat
are
these
sentient
creatures' feet.
conscious
Yeah.
beings.
Yeah, pizzas, and that's the name of the creature and also the name of the dish, where people will remove their feet and eat them as pizzas.
Patrick,
Wow.
can we get an update on the donation total?
Yes. We are at. Hang on, my Wi-Fi's being bad.
Come on.
We are at. Boop, boop,
Come
boop.
on.
Hang on. We're at 542.48.
Oh boy. $120. 122.
No one's made the big donation. No one wants to see you chug that Coke.
Oh,
Hang on
I
one
know,
sec.
and I'll say whatever they want. It would
A
cost
Polaroid, a Polaroid.
It would cost less money to make that
Uh-oh.
happen than the amount of hours that James Franco
It's gotta-
spent trapped under a rock.
He's got a Twinkie, and she's got some cream from the Twinkie on her.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
What a
What's going on?
Now, this could
what's
only have existed
going
at this
on?
moment in history where Polaroid technology
Yes.
and cellular telephones both exist.
Oh
there's
no
no!
common
Is this
usage.
one of his offensive linemen?
Right.
His job is to protect the quarterback.
Nope, not today, because he's been cuckolded.
Oh.
You're right, though.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
like a story that can only be told at a time where cell phones and pictures are two very separate things.
Yes.
Oh no! Oh,
Ah.
Arliss.
And I get the sense that this defensive lineman
Oh,
is,
on the blind side with Sandra Bullock. Oh my gosh!
this is one defensive lineman who is not going to maintain the proverbial stained glass window. He's going to let it shatter.
Wow.
Wow.
And we are minutes away from the end of this episode, and things are both coming together and falling apart in the world of Arliss.
Arliss usually every episode ends in a big insult to injury, right? And now we have a literal injury here.
That's right.
Said you won't.
And he
you
thinks
won't-
Arliss has
you
betrayed
won't
him.
be sticking your dick in nothing
no.
except an MRI.
Oh no! Who would
Oh,
fuck
no.
an MRI? It's too spacey. You do not feel
Arliss
anything.
just got double fired.
Yeah, that's not. You're not supposed to move in an MRI either.
No, like throwing a toothpick into a cave.
It's all falling apart right now. And his
Oh,
name is
wow.
Arliss Michaels.
His name is Arliss Michaels. Wow,
Say his name.
another classic episode of Arliss.
Well, here we are. And how close are we to $600, Patrick?
I think we're like, oh, hey, we're over it.
We're over
Over
six?
the six.
Wait,
We're
whoa!
over the six.
What
We're
happened?
I want to thank everybody.
Somebody made a big donation.
Yeah,
Somebody
we are
really
at-
made it happen today.
Yeah.
We're at 604. We're at 622.48.
Well, we are
We're so
40,
close to getting the energy drink.
$42 away from the energy drink.
At
Jackie Robinson.
650. At 650, I'll go ahead and I'll do a special surprise.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's so close.
Before we start this next one,
Are we
I have another
behind
guest
schedule,
on-
Patrick? Are we
yeah,
behind
we're a few
schedule,
minutes.
Patrick?
That's why,
Will we ever catch up?
That's why I'm trying to keep us moving.
Should we just
No,
roll straight through?
No, let me bring in the next guest and then we'll start. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. This guy, good guy, Kevin Shinick. He's written for a bunch of stuff. He wrote on Robot Chicken. He's written some Star Wars books, but also he wrote on a little show called Star Wars Detours.
Oh, I don't know how much we'll
What?
legally be able to talk about it.
What?
So good to see you, George.
Oh, it's great to see you, Kevin. Oh, the laughs. I remember the jokes and the laughs.
The good times we had.
Kevin,
Oh,
If
also,
only the world could see the genius that we created.
they
Kevin, can
can't.
I ask
They
you a
can't because nobody wants the world to laugh.
Very true. Watu, how are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you, Kev.
You too.
Of course, George and I have seen the show because we worked on it.
Yes, of course. But the world will not. Maybe one
No.
day. Maybe Disney.
No, the world will see. The world will see. The world will see. Maybe today. Maybe I would love it if they could just release them by sundown.
Now, this is my very specific question for you, Kevin.
Yes.
Do you remember the episode of Star Wars Detours in which they're building a food court on the Death Star, but simultaneously Count Dooku and Darth Maul are on the Death Star because they're looking to get back on the Sith insurance policy,
which of course only covers 2 people, a master and an apprentice. And I'm sure you're thinking, oh, aren't Darth Maul and Count Dooku both dead? Well, this is where Detours has a little fun with it, because Dooku is a decapitated head and hands on a robot body, but then chained behind him is a headless, handless human body. And then Darth Maul is his 2 halves, like duct taped together, like with a bandage or whatever.
I do remember that one.
Wait, I'm not done with my question, Kevin.
Oh, all right.
So they try to get on the insurance policy, but they realize they can't because they're only the 2 people. And they brought Senator Jar Jar Binks in to do the ribbon cutting ceremony for the food court, which he does with a lightsaber, but in the process knocks things over. And so Darth Vader is knocked down, and they're like, ooh, job opening. One of us can get that new job, so they start fighting for it. But then Jar Jar still has the lightsaber, so he messes everything up. He hurts both of them worse, even worse. And then Darth Vader is like, I'm back alive. Never mind. I'm keeping my job. Do you remember that, Kevin?
I do, and that was the one that ended when we all laughed, and they did a freeze frame with everybody laughing like this. Ha! And then the credits rolled. That
Classic.
That was a gem.
Now, can I ask my question?
Yes.
Did you write that one?
I at least have story by credit on that one, I'm sure.
There we go. Let's start the next episode.
All right. Episode 4, Comings and Goings.
All right. Episode 4 of Arliss.
Of season 5.
Yeah. So I've got it. I've got it queued.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
And really, Comings and Goings should have been the title of the last episode.
Yeah, maybe
given the amount of sexual activity.
Maybe
right, Randy?
Going to have some more Comings and Goings in it.
This has plenty, if I remember correctly.
So you've seen this episode before?
Well, I mean, who hasn't seen all the episodes of Arliss, right? Oh no,
Kevin's done his homework.
That's the exactly.
Wow.
You know, Robert Wool and I both had history shows. I had Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, and he had Assumed the Position. So,
and I had Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, also a history show.
True. You did. We all have a thing with history that we really enjoy.
And Randy had a movie about Godzilla.
Say again?
Yeah.
And Randy had a movie about Godzilla.
Which, obviously, Godzilla, important historical figure.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. You know, I got cut out of, but I'm still in the credits for this last Godzilla movie as Weatherman. And if you wait,
Randy,
yeah, seriously, if you
that's Randy's Godzilla.
That's Randy's movie
with Doherty, Mike Doherty.
Yes.
I was in that, and then what I love about it was my credit is placed right before it says Kevin Schinick, Weatherman. Then it says Godzilla himself, Rodan himself.
Wow.
It's like your eye goes right to it because of all these himselves. I should have had the Schinick guys.
You were castmates.
Yes,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Right. I love that
now,
movie.
I will say the sad thing about that film is that there truly is only one format in which to truly experience that movie, and that is in 4DX.
Okay.
Where from the beginning of the movie until the end of the movie, you are basically sprayed with actual water
and fire.
while your seat.
Right.
Watto and I went to a screening of it in 4DX. And within 5 minutes, we looked as if the sprinkler system had gone off, and it did not stop. We were shaking and shivering toward the end, which is how you should feel. Godzilla would be a terrifying thing to behold in real life.
There's water, there's snow, there's fire, there's smoke.
Yeah. Right.
Did you guys have to be hospitalized after that, or?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we were in induced coma for 6 months due to hypothermia. It was the 2 of us and our good buddy Ron Howard. And he had never seen a 4DX movie before. And he was like, wait, there's water? How much is water going to come into play? And I was like...
And we said, no, it's Watto. It's pronounced Watto.
Oh.
There you go.
Excuse me one second, guys. Sorry.
It's like the Watto water they use sparingly. It only happens when there's water on screen. And then I said, wait, I think this movie takes place entirely in the rain. And sure enough... They were spewing water on us the entire runtime.
Yeah, and there's actually an undersea laboratory that they have in the movie.
Yeah.
So at that point,
I
were
imagine
you guys, they drowning you
to be in the editing bay, doing the 4DX cut of the film.
Yeah,
I just imagine the guy saying, "Do I stop the water?" And say, "No, more water."
Yeah.
And every now and then, what's great when you watch a movie in 4DX is that every now and then you'll get the sensation right on your neck of just a gust of air that goes.
Yes.
It's unbelievably loud. It feels like nothing else you've ever experienced in life, and that's the wonder of cinema. That's the wonder of storytelling. So every now and then, you just want to feel a blast of cold air right on your neck, so loud that it overpowers the dialogue.
Yeah.
The only movie I ever saw in 4DX was Mad Max, the most recent one.
The Fury Road.
I saw it with my friend who said it best. He said it was the equivalent of watching it on a plane with turbulence. Because that's all we did.
I mean, that's Max's life. Is Mad Max on HBOmax? We should look that up. Is Mad Max on HBOmax?
Is that where they get the Max from?
That's the Max.
That would be their signature movie. That'd be great. Or Max Dugan Returns.
Yeah.
Wow,
or hold on, I have a theory. I think I know why they call it HBOmax. Let me just check and see if this is true.
Max Dugan Returns? That's a Jason Robards film?
Jason Robards and Matthew Broderick.
That's a very deep cut there, Kevin.
Okay, I have good news and bad news.
I was in a Broadway play with Matthew Broderick, so my Broderick knowledge goes deep.
I have some news. I have some findings.
And he was in Godzilla. Look, it all came full circle.
He was in the old.
He was in the 90s.
He was the one that stunk. Let's be real, Kevin.
It's true. Although if you meet him, he's quick to say it's one of the best-selling box office money makers.
Okay, you know what, Matthew? Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Watto, what's your good news?
Here's the update.
Mad
Max Fury Road, not on HBOmax.
Okay,
Max Dugan's
kind of bad
Return,
news.
not on HBOmax.
Okay, that's bad news. These are all bad news.
Missed
Max
opportunity.
Move on HBOmax.
Max Keeble. Yeah.
Max Keeble's big move.
Okay, all right. That is good news. Okay.
That's why it's called HBOmax.
That does make up for it.
I can see the marketing ploy now. Guys, we're going to build out HBOmax based on this movie.
Watto,
my theory, which has been proven wrong, was that Annie Hall was on HBOmax because Tony Roberts' character calls out Alvy Singer Max.
Yes.
So I think maybe this might be an outdated idea that originally it was like Tony Roberts was going to be like the mascot for the network and be like, it's HBO Max. But I don't think that's true.
That's theory I've heard, and I don't think I'll hear a better one today.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Randy?
Watto, I was just going to commend you on your researching skills.
Good job.
There's a lot of researching, a lot of cross-referencing. You really missed your calling as a dramaturg.
Well, thank you. I dabble.
Now,
Kevin, can you refresh my memory on something?
Sure.
Because I don't know if I did this or if I dreamed it.
Okay.
Was there a day when we were working on HBO Detours?
HBO.
Is there a day? Sorry, Star Wars. I mean, honestly, if Disney Plus isn't going to air it, then HBO should show Detours.
Detours Max.
Put Detours on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
No, when we were working on Star Wars Detours, was there a day where I started talking about the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and then I made everybody watch an episode of it?
Yes, there was. It was a great episode.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought so. And you had fun? Everyone had fun?
Everybody had a great time. Everybody had a great time.
Good.
And
what do you remember about George? What are your favorite memories of George?
I do remember. I don't know if you remember this, George, but we got into this conversation. I'm from the East Coast. I know you're currently
classic West Coast American.
Well,
yeah.
There was a character. There's a Carvel ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we debated naming a character after Tom Carvel. we were going to call him Carvello, is what you suggested.
Yeah, it's a great suggestion. Why didn't we do that? Why did we not do that?
I don't know. I mean,
oh, maybe if we'd done that, it would be on Disney Plus right now.
It could have been. It could have been.
What's the whale's name? What's the Carvel ice cream whale's name?
Fudgy the whale. Oh, I tried so hard to get Fudgy the rights for Fudgy the whale to be in the prequels, and I couldn't. It's one deal I could have used an Arliss. That was one deal I couldn't make.
But
said,
do
please,
you remember?
He'll just be
George.
Just one scene.
You use CGI to change Cookie Puss into Cookie Opus on St. Patrick's Day.
On St. Patrick's to make the Irish Cookie Puss.
Yeah, you were the first one to do that.
Yeah, what I like about, I said let's make it an ethnic, let's make it Irish, because I like to do that. I said let's make Cookie Puss have a specific ethnicity. And I remember I had a list. I said, what about these? I remember everyone said do the Irish one. I said okay, all right, that's everyone's favorite. All right.
Yeah.
What were some of the other ones, George?
Don't ask. Don't.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember.
This would be.
I don't remember. Now, here's the thing. I'm optimistic. I really do believe that if enough people ask Disney and Disney Plus to release all Kevin, am I crazy? The 39 episodes they're ready to go, right? They could release them.
2 whole seasons produced, 3 seasons written. So we've got like 20-something episodes produced, 30-something episodes written.
Well, this is a big update. We have thought there were 39 finished episodes, but you're telling us there are 39 finished scripts, 20-some-odd finished episodes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's my understanding.
So it'd be even easier. It would be even easier for them to. Here's what they should be doing right now. They should be doing release those 20-odd episodes, and then we get Olaf, we get Josh Gad in here to do Zoom readings where we reunite the cast of Star Wars Detours to read those written episodes. The words are there. The jokes are done.
Or why don't we take the money that the funds like Zack Snyder's getting to redo Justice League and to finish that last season of Detours?
Yeah, I can't believe that there's momentum to see an alternate cut of a movie that. Did people like that movie? But don't people get mad? People get mad about Zack Snyder movies. I thought people always got mad when Zack Snyder made a movie. Like everyone loves the opening credits. Then they get angry.
Yeah,
he made some very bad ones, and then all of a sudden everyone
just
loves
get
him.
Mad. I felt like everyone was getting mad at Zack Snyder movies until he didn't finish one, and then all of a sudden they said we want to see it finished.
Yeah,
I never remember anyone being really.
We hate Joss Whedon now. Exactly. That's what people said.
The other what could have been, and now we have the money and the means to see what could have been, and we're going to be sorry. Most likely.
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt, guys, but Tony Gonzalez is on our list right now. Tony Gonzalez. Was an NFL player, and he was a vegan.
Oh, Stuart Scott, the late great Stuart Scott of Sports Center, also on this episode.
Did you guys say? Now I have to say, I've only seen this one. There is so much in this episode. Is that a theme throughout Arliss?
I don't know what you're talking about, Kevin.
Say again.
Sorry, my mistake.
It's a show.
It was from the '90s, Kevin.
That's true. You're right. Good point.
It's officially 20 years ago.
Yeah. They're very much they're leaning into that entire sort of body heat aesthetic of erotic storytelling.
Yeah, it's
where they don't shy away from human sexuality.
Yes.
And they spent their whole budget. Well, it's not coming up yet. I'll tell you later on seeing something. Well, I'll point it out later.
Okay.
I don't want a spoiler.
But now, Kevin, I'm hopeful that they're going to release Detours. But everybody else, I think I'm the only optimistic one. Everyone else I talked to that was involved in it seems so pessimistic that it will ever see the light of day. What's your take? What are the odds? Give me the over/under.
The odds.
What would it take? What would it take, do you think, to change some hearts, change some minds?
Wait, Kevin, never tell me the odds. Never tell me the odds. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
No, don't tell him the odds. Never tell him the odds.
It's not even about odds. It's about, if they can make money off it. Look, if they're looking for content, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean?
Right.
But
people generally don't lose money releasing Star Wars things.
Exactly. Well, again, at this point, it might be more out of curiosity, just like, this new Zack Snyder Justice League. We've talked about it so long, they might be like, I want to see. And I think it's good. It's just that, I think what happened was, and you may have heard this before, but, Joe, as you know, you wanted to, do you saw us having fun with Star Wars and Robot Chicken. You saw us having fun with it at Family Guy. So they said, let's do this.
Let's make this official. Let's make the funny part official.
Exactly. So we did it. And then you decided, you know what? I'm going to sell the company. And I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that. And then at that point, Disney bought it. And so all they were concerned about was all roads led to episode 7. So they
not the detour. That's the one road that couldn't, because the whole point of it, if all roads lead to episode 7 and I hand them one road that is a detour, it doesn't lead to episode 7. I thought we were so clear. I really feel burned by this, because you would think if you were going to sell your cartoons to anybody, you'd sell them to Disney. You'd think, well, what does Disney do with cartoons? They release them.
Yeah.
If I had sold Star Wars to General Motors or Exxon or some other big company and they didn't release the cartoons, I think, well, shame on me. I shouldn't have sold to someone who has never released a single cartoon.
Why would you even sell General Motors? In hindsight, that would have been bad business. I understand.
It would have been a terrible. But I thought the smart play is, I want these cartoons to be released.
Right.
I should release them to someone who has spent almost a full century releasing cartoons. And yet the one cartoon, or I guess Song of the South did get released a lot of times. They won't release it now, but they did release it a lot.
Yeah.
And they won't even release Detours once. I'm not asking for them to release it once a decade, like they did for a long time with Song of the South. I'm asking them to release it one time, and they won't even do that.
Song of the South, those characters still live in, I think, Splash Mountain on the ride. So maybe
they sing songs. They sing songs.
Yeah, they sing songs from the movie.
So maybe we can have those. If they never air the cartoon, maybe we can have these characters in the Star Wars galaxy.
I think Disney suspects that there's something about that Splash Mountain, because it's the least flammable ride in all of Disney World.
So George, I do like, I would never tell you. Obviously, you're much more successful than I am. I would
Randy,
never
you can tell me anything. You didn't hesitate to tell me what you thought about HBOnow.
Well, you were incorrect.
Not in a month. Not a month and a half. I won't be.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I still have HBOmax in a month.
No, you'll have HBOmax, but it'll be called HBO, and you won't have HBO next or next whatever it is.
I don't have HBO now.
You have HBO Next. That's another one.
Oh, hang on one second, guys.
Oh, hold on.
Are we watching Arliss now at this moment?
Randy likes certain parts of Arliss more than others. I think Randy and I have the exact opposite opinion of which parts of Arliss we want to watch.
So we did pass the moment where they used their entire budget to make this woman's character have 6 toes. Did you see that?
I didn't know what was going on with her feet, but
I saw it.
I was like
It's
drawn to her like nasty toes.
It's a practical effect, right? That was a practical.
I think they hired her based on the fact that she also happened to have 6 toes, and they wrote it into the script, is my understanding.
And that was their whole budget? That was their budget?
Well,
yeah, their budget just cost them the cost of an actor.
Yeah, well, but she demands a lot, being almost the only woman with 6 toes. There's one other in Turkey, but they couldn't. Her passport wasn't up to date, so they couldn't use her.
And this is a local hire, so that's easy on the budget.
Exactly.
Yeah. So George,
Randy, what was your question for me?
My comment to you was, what if you changed the name of HBO Detours to HBO Roads That Go Somewhere?
Oh, but then I also misspoke before, so it's Star Wars Detours.
Yeah, that's right.
Star Wars Roads That Go Somewhere.
Yeah, Star Wars Roads That Go Somewhere.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, I don't know that I can. Can you get a meeting? Can you get a meeting? I don't know. They don't always want to talk to me.
Really? All right. I mean,
not always. They think I'm going to try to rewrite Star Wars.
Well, no.
I'm going to have a bunch of say. Here, how about this? Because I think this might be the thing that gets it across. Instead of calling it Star Wars Detours, we call it Star Wars: The Road to Episode 7.
Oh, all right.
Maybe it was just the title. We're like, interesting.
Can I throw out
an old timey phone for prop gags? Hang on, connect me with HBOmax, please. Hang on, it's odd. It's the Mad Max soundtrack that they play. That's the whole.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
What if HBOmax
should get the
is a
movie.
person? What if HBOmax is a person?
Like Max Headroom.
Yeah.
HBOmax Headroom. Guys,
Max
we're
Headroom,
Why-
that's who it is.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. This is Kevin Schinick. Yes, and George Lucas.
WATTO and WATTO
Well, he won't. It'll just be Kevin Schinick then.
and WATTO
And
Kevin, you
Watto.
forgot Watto.
And Watto. I'm sorry.
Yes, great.
And Watto.
and Randy.
So
And Randy.
yes,
And
hi.
Randy.
Hi. Listen. So we had an idea.
Wait, Kevin,
solved
you
this.
forgot,
How many people on this call?
you forgot Randy.
Oh, Randy.
You forgot Randy.
All right. I didn't want to overwhelm them. And Randy.
155.
That could seal the deal.
Hang on. I'm Patrick.
Yeah, I have two movies on HBO
It was
Max.
Randy's
now.
name that got us through.
That makes sense.
Randy's got 2 films on that.
Randy's got 2 films on the Max. I've got 3.
Yes. Is this the head of? Oh, we've got the head of catering. Ooh, is that all right?
Oh.
I mean, it's an in.
Sure.
It's an in.
It's an in.
So listen.
Ask him if he has any finger foods.
Do you? Well, we're going to get to the finger. Let me ask you. We think we've solved the whole HBOmax Star Wars Detours things. So we're thinking Star Wars Detours might have been the problem in the name. So we're thinking HBOmax presents Star Wars. What is it, George?
The Road to Episode 7.
The Road to Episode 7.
Tell them that Randy liked it. He gave it a thumbs
Yeah,
up.
Randy thought it was a really good idea.
Tell him Randy has HBO now.
What happened?
I don't. I have HBO Max, but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I got HBO now. Is now bigger than Max, or is Max? Max is
No,
bigger than
Max is the biggest. Max is the biggest.
I have
Max is the biggest, but isn't now more relevant? And
No,
HBO,
HBO now is HBO then.
Get lost.
HBO now is HBO then.
HBO goes like we're so yesterday. Go get lost.
HBO Now and later.
He took a break. He had to get the fries out of the fry batter.
I like this. HBO Max presents Star Wars: The Road, Episode 7. The Road 2 episodes.
Yeah.
The Road 2, the number
Make those
2.
Roman. Make those Roman numerals. Make those Roman numerals.
He said, "Does that make it sound dated since we already have episodes 8 and 9?"
No.
You guys very
No, it's called a prequel.
It's a prequel.
Who the fuck are you talking
It's a
to?
prequel.
He's the head of catering. What do you
He's
want?
talking to HBO Max.
He doesn't fucking know what he's talking about.
Well, yeah. Hang on, he's got to put milk in the shake machine.
Kevin,
So I don't know. I mean, he may have a point though. It does make
Kevin.
kind of.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a point, Kevin.
Kevin, can you ask about dipping sauces? Does he
Yeah.
have like a garlic aioli or like a spicy mayo?
Can I ask you about dipping sauces? No. He's thinking we said Star Wars dipping sauces. Like
No,
that.
no.
No, we're saying.
Hey, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Not a bad idea.
Unless you guys like that. Unless you like Star Wars dipping sauces.
We could go there.
We're getting some traction. Randy, what did you think?
Yeah, I think that's. I think we actually should probably call Disney on that one because that would be a great restaurant.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Disney.
Tell them we're already in talks with Disney.
So we're already in talks with Disney about changing it to Star Wars dipping sauces. Great. Excellent. They
Tell
said
them-
we're
tell them
definitely all moving.
Oh,
Tell
great.
them I have 3 films on HBO Max.
George wants to remind you that he has 3 films on HBO Max. Yeah. Does anybody want pie? He wants to know.
Yeah.
What kind?
Cherry, which is odd.
I'm good.
Tell them.
No, I don't think
Tell them in the previous episode of Arliss before you joined, there was a man who was cuckolding another one of Arliss's clients. One client was cuckolding another, and when Arliss found out, the justification was that he liked this pie so much that he just had to have another slice.
You know what's so funny? He said he's been watching this broadcast and he's been watching.
Great, never mind then.
So he saw it. He knows more about it.
That's good.
I know. He says he's
great.
talking on the phone all day. But we're gonna let it go. But thank you. Remember Star Wars dipping sauces. So when you see it, you remember we spoke of it. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
I'm very sad
You know,
because we
if
missed Arliss sitting on a cactus in this episode.
I saw.
I didn't. I saw
and then at the final scene, Arliss sits down very, very like hard on a desk and then goes, oh.
Great.
His bottom hurts.
Back to the freeze frame.
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
Can I
It's
say,
really funny when someone hurts their bottom and then they have to sit.
yes.
Yeah.
Someone
Patrick?
did say that Seth Green said in a Reddit AMA this, which says they have 39 finished episodes and 62 finished scripts.
It's on hold currently. We have 39 finished episodes and around 62 finished. All right. Well, maybe that's what I mean. I don't remember how many episodes were per season, but we've got more scripts than we have finished productions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Wait, so 39 finished episodes and 62 finished scripts? Is that verified?
That's
that
what-
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought so. I knew it was a
That's-
lot. I knew it was
yeah.
an unreasonable amount of content for Disney to be sitting on.
Why does
I-
Seth Green know more about this show than you do, George?
It must
was
be,
the showrunner.
you know what? If Disney sees, I imagine Disney, it must be as painful for Disney to sit on those 39 finished episodes as it is for Arliss to sit on his chair having injured his own bottom. And you can tell Disney we said that.
Yeah, that's why you're a genius, George.
Let's
yeah.
episode 5.
I just
Okay,
want to
and this
bring up
episode, it's
one
Who You
more very-
Know, episode 5.
I just want to bring up one more very important update before we start this episode.
Please.
Oh, please,
Okay.
please, come on.
Inspired by the live comments, Tartar Binks.
Ooh, that's good.
I don't know what you're saying.
Like tartar sauce for a dipping sauce. Tartar Binks.
That's so. Is Tartar Binks in Star Wars dipping sauces?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I think we're on.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
What are we up to on the donations, Patrick? I really
We're
want
up to 637.48.
Oh, come on! Who's got $30?
And bring me up to speed, guys. What are we aiming for?
$30.
So this is
Bring it
where
up. We got some stretch goals.
so
All right.
with like $30 more, Watto's going to chug an energy drink, and I think we'll probably get that in a few seconds.
So let's set a goal for 650 maybe as well,
Sure. What do you want it to be?
or should we set something for 700? I don't know, but we need to get this thing moving.
Yeah, we need to get it moving. We need to help people.
Yeah.
And also we need to start this new episode. Episode 5, It's Who You Know.
Let's start, and then we'll come up with a thing.
Which it's really another very relatable episode because like I know Steve, I know Francis, I know Brian, Marty.
All right, we can keep talking about this in a sec. Here we go. You ready? 1, 2,
Yeah, 2.
Whoops. I keep starting early.
Whoops. Uh-oh.
I'll just wait.
Okay. Don't say whoops. Say I've got a bad feeling about this. It's easier.
Oh, here's another joke from the comments. Honey Mustafar. It's like honey mustard.
I love
Also,
it.
it's-
I
Yeah.
love it.
That took me a minute, but I get it.
This is great. This is
pretty
great.
good. Oh, stretch goal for 1,000. George and Watto summarize seasons 1 through 4 of Arliss.
No, it has to be much higher.
They're
But I like
standalone.
some-
They're also standalone. They're standalone. You can summarize it just by saying he's a super sports agent and he
We can
slept with
summarize
a
individual
number of
episodes.
women.
All right, so
Yeah.
guys, I have a question because I didn't hear the earlier part. Obviously, this came out the same year as Jerry Maguire. So, is there a connection? Is there, hey, this sounds like a good idea?
Parallel. I think it's parallel thinking. I think it's parallel thinking. You know.
Okay, all right.
But they're very different shows. They're very different. shows.
Arliss doesn't get fired and take a goldfish with him.
Right, that's true.
He does
And
not
Arliss-
ever have a relationship with Renee Zellweger.
I don't think
Arliss wrote a book. Jerry Maguire just wrote a manifesto that he emailed to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think
very different.
I don't think Arliss.
That is a trade cloth edition of that book.
This is a genuine question for Watto and George, since we've watched all these episodes. Has Arliss shown anybody money?
He has shown no money.
I don't think he's shown any money.
All right.
Here's another thing. It's like
clear of that.
Yeah.
Right. And Jerry Maguire's like a comedy. It's fantasy. It's a movie. It's like make believe. Like Arliss is a lot more grounded and realistic.
Yeah,
you know,
Arliss is a documentary.
Arliss has a lot more sex than Jerry Maguire does, which is
so
realistic.
It's so subtle, the acting in Arliss, that it's almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's afraid of someone breaking into his home, and he's trying to decide which signed souvenir baseball bat. This is memorabilia that he's using for self-defense.
Oh, it's just Kirby.
It's just Kirby Carlisle.
It's just the Kirby.
Did you hear that? And I think I read this, that originally Robert Wolf's character in Batman was to be killed off. And
yes.
And yeah, all right. So I'm making sure I have that.
And then he ad-libbed the line "Hello legs," and they were like, "We got to keep him."
They said it looks more like Bruce Wayne, which was his big.
We talked about this with him on the live stream, and he said that a lot of people remember him dying in the movie and couldn't figure out why. And then he realized it was the official comic book adaptation of Batman. Was the adaptation of the shooting script,
Right.
so they had a panel of him dying.
Yeah, the comic book was basically it was based on an unfinished version, and the version they released in theaters the very first time was a special edition.
Yeah, gotcha.
Also, Hello Legs. R2 actually says that constantly in the movie whenever he sees C-3PO.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
There is a feature, I think, that when you hit under subtitles, you can have R2's language deciphered at the bottom. And I think
wow, this is amazing. Watto is currently chugging the Coca-Cola Energy.
Wow.
Most
of the
like, things.
Watto.
What
kind of notes?
He'll say it when he's done. He's got a chug.
Is that it?
It's terrible.
Is it good? Do you like it?
No, I hate it.
Give me a little bit of an idea of what kind of
what's it taste like?
Taste sensations you got going on, Watto. I'm very interested in this.
Is it good?
It's like if you took a sugar-free can of Coca-Cola and put battery acid in it.
Oh, interesting. So there's you got a little bit of burn.
A lot of burn.
A lot of burn.
I think there's still some more left. Hold on.
Wow. Wow.
Man. Oh man, poor guy.
Ugh. It's like what happened to Anakin on the outside is happening to you on the inside.
I'm filled with Florians.
Honey Mustafar.
Watto.
We lost George.
Oh,
poor guy. Watto, big question for you. What kind of stretch goal can we set for you to butt chug a Coca-Cola Energy?
$69,000.
$69,000. Come on, guys. I know somebody out there I know somebody out there just sold their home and they have a spare $69,000 laying around.
I promise.
Don't even need 69,000. You just need 68,400.
Yes, I do want to remind people as well. What is the stretch goal? At 4,200. I microwave a pint of ice cream and chug that.
I saw that. I was going to ask if you were going to drink. Okay, so that is melted.
I melted and chug it.
That's retired filmmaker George Lucas.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the next stretch goal?
We don't really have any for a while, so we should come up with some, because the next one is $888, where George has to inflate the BB-8.
I think we want a 700, we want a 750, and we want an 800.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
At 700, I'll do a special surprise.
I'm sorry. Is Coolio one of Arliss's clients?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
Coolio is playing an athlete. He's not playing himself.
he's not playing Coolio.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is his character's name One Stop?
His name is One Stop. Okay.
Sure. 750. What do you want the goal to be?
Okay, I see a lot of people saying for like 700, Kevin pitches detours jokes. Like Kevin describes detours things. Kevin, is there some kind of like, without breaking NDAs, is there some kind of verbal commitment to a detours type thing we can do for 750?
Gosh, I don't know. That NDA weighs over you like, they're pretty. They've got their own police force.
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to ruin that.
Then how about this? How about this? I'll say this, Kevin, because earlier I asked you a question about an episode that I had seen.
Yes.
And you confirmed it.
Yes.
At $750, can I ask you another question and have you confirm or deny?
Yes, you may. And, we can open this to Robot Chicken Star Wars specials too,
Sure.
But I think people can watch those. The detours thing. I ask you a very in-depth question about something that may or may not happen in an episode.
Yes, we can do that.
And you're not saying anything. You're not describing anything.
I'm not describing. I'm neither nodding or with my eyes signifying approval.
Yeah.
Right. Let me open up some files on my computer and get ready for 750.
Did I tell you guys? So I wrote this Star Wars novel that came out last year called Force Collector.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me to write it. I pitched them the idea. They loved it. And they came back and they said, great. It took a year to greenlight. And they said, now we need it in 3 months. And I was like, that's not possible. Forgetting that's exactly what Luke says to Yoda when he says, Star Wars. So I killed myself to do it in like 4 months, to be truthful. And then right around Christmas time, a year before episode 9 comes out, they said, we have a problem we didn't foresee happening. And I said, what? And they said, well, somehow you inadvertently wrote a big section of episode 9. And I was like, well, you've got me on the wrong gig then. I should be writing the movie. And
You wrote a what? Sorry, you wrote a what for episode 9?
I wrote a big section of episode 9 without even knowing it. And
Wow.
so you need to go back and change it. But even that was secretive. I said, well, what? And they said, well, you'll know from the notes. We can't actually tell you, but you'll get from the notes. So now I can tell you, or I can wait till we get to 700.
Let's do it as a stretch goal. Let's do that as a stretch goal.
No.
Well, I'll say this: we're past 700, so George has a special surprise.
All right, let me go get it. Hold on.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, George, he's got a lot of surprises that he brings to the stream. It's been fun seeing them. Here, let's. Do we know what's going on in this one?
In this episode, absolutely not.
Arliss is going to make a deal with Coolio's drug dealer.
Yeah, sure.
Because he supplies 4 of Arliss's clients with drugs.
Let's give Kevin an Arliss name while we're waiting for George.
Oh, great idea.
Hang on 1 second. Reset. Okay, so Kevin, that's your name.
What is my name? Yeah,
Your name is Kevin Schinick.
it is.
Now we're gonna make this into an Arliss name.
Yeah. Okay.
So Watto, what do you want to do? Watto?
Sorry, I had muted myself so I could watch some detours.
I thought the energy drink was in your head.
Yeah, I feel a little weird doing this without George because this isn't something we do normally. It's stepping a little outside of the pre-established model.
Wait for George.
No. I was going to say let's make it more Arliss. Let's hit the more Arliss one.
Okay.
Right. So already that makes a huge difference.
That's big.
Kevinless,
Now-
Shinickless.
Now, Kevin, I want to ask you 2 questions. This is sort of a Myers-Briggs test, okay?
All right.
Question 1. On a scale from 1 to 4, how business are you?
I'll say 2.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see, second question here. Kevin, the scale from 1 to 4, how sports are you?
1.
There's your name.
Look at all those money sign S's. It works so well with my name.
It's great.
Guys, I might have to commandeer this and just take that as my signature from now on.
Hey,
It's your name. That's your Arliss name.
That is my Arliss name. That's awesome.
We are encouraging all people to adopt these as their new professional names, whatever industry you work in.
Done.
It's a great conversation piece.
Well, I can see it on the bottom of my email now. Just all those money signs and Schinick. That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to change my website.
Nothing spells success like dollar signs for S's.
Okay, so Coolio is the drug dealer.
Yes.
One stop.
Gotcha. Okay, because he's your one-stop shop for all he's got.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's basically like your ILM, your Skywalker Ranch for drugs. Get your sound mixing, get your visual effects.
So if say we're thumbing through a TV guide and you come across Arliss this episode, it's only a blurb. What is it? Is it Coolio guest stars as secret drug dealer? Is it Coolio? Is Coolio even mentioned, or is it?
I think Coolio would be listed in the cast, but I think the episode description would probably be Arliss has to make a deal with a drug dealer to keep his clients happy.
Starring Coolio.
Sandra Oh is really
Okay.
got a crush on this physical therapist.
George, would you like to do your special surprise? Because we've also we're at 764.
Oh, boy.
Watto gets to ask a question too, but let's do George's special surprise first.
All right, give me some. This is a classic. Watto, give me some of the March of the Ewoks Endor music. These are the green moons of Endor that we were originally going to do, and then a creature's going to pop up from over the horizon and devour both moons.
So is this,
All right.
is it like da 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 da?
Yeah. It sounded like you were going a little Peter and the Wolf there.
But you got it eventually. Yes.
It's not. I don't want to hear Peter and the Wolf, although that's definitely in there.
I thought it was do 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 do.
Which does clearly you're hearing the reference there. Peter the Wolf is dun 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 dun.
Right.
All right.
Whereas March of the Ewoks is.
Now I'm getting confused about. I'm getting them all mixed up. Which one I should be singing? Remind
Why don't
me
you do a mashup of whatever you're feeling, Watto?
Wow. Oh, man.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I was so torn because there's a sex scene going on, and then that was like the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. What George just did. So
yeah.
I was a little torn as to what to watch, but watching George, those are Jello shooters.
Those aren't Jello shooters. Those are just sugar-free Jellos.
Wait, isn't this guy on Star Trek Deep Space Nine or something? Are you on the?
I would have no idea. I had no idea.
Oh,
I don't know.
That wasn't for you, George. That wasn't for you. I'm.
How did you ask me that? How did you ask me that?
15 minutes in. Am I? Oh, you're 15 minutes in. Okay, I missed it. I gotta resync.
Ooh.
Is this
guy looks like the Rancor?
Is this David Wells?
Oh, wait a minute.
I think he's a Yankees pitcher. I think. Maybe I'm crazy.
He looks like a practical effect.
They're exclusive.
In the old days, we would film a small version of him to make him look that big. Oh yeah, that's the guy from. No, that's the guy. He was on that show where it's a bank robbery, and every week it's the same bank robbery.
The Nine.
The Nine. He's from the Nine.
All right.
But I think he was also in a Star Trek show. I don't know who.
No, people know him from the Nine. People love the Nine, not the Deep Space Nine, just the regular Nine. People said, drop the Deep Space part. Just make it the Nine. It's cleaner.
Nine.
It's cleaner.
Yeah, it's cleaner.
Now, Watto, do you have any questions you want to ask since we hit your goal?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out just some very vague hypothetical questions while I scrub through some very random videos on my computer. Kevin, do you remember there being an episode? Oh, sorry. Do you remember there being an episode of Star Wars Detours in which Dexter Jetster starts selling goo at his diner and everyone gets really addicted to the goo? It's almost like an analog for a drug. And people like Little Admiral Akbar are coming back and being like, I'll do anything. What do I have to do? Give me the goo.
That's funny. Yes, because remember, we had gone to lunch at the commissary at Skywalker Ranch and then had a very similar experience. When we went back in the room, we thought, hey, guys, this stuff writes itself. Let's put it into the show. And then that's how that happened. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember an episode in which Forlom and Zuckus are driving together and they accidentally hit Senator Jar Jar Binks with a car and his body is lying in the middle of the streets of Coruscant with flies circling and they're arguing like, oh my God, what are we going to do? What have we done?
Yes. Yes. Well, George, do you remember that came because you hit someone coming back from lunch? Remember, it's very woodsy.
Yeah.
Very
I like to drive fast.
There. And then because I remember you came in all in a fluster and we were like, it's okay. They're going to be fine. And you said, no, I'm flustered because I think this would make a great episode.
Funny idea.
And we were like, oh, I don't know if I see it right off the bat. But then you kind of reenacted what you were doing and you were fiddling with the radio. And then they came out and when you sold us, we were like, absolutely, that's fantastic.
This is great because this is a little bit come full circle because Kevin, you worked with Matthew Broderick and Matthew Broderick killed someone with his car.
Yeah, killed someone in Ireland. Got away with it.
Yeah. I will say,
by driving on the wrong side of the road.
I did the show I was in with him. He played. It was a murder mystery, and he was the lead.
Well, I know who did it. It was Matthew Broderick.
Well, he walked out of an interview because they were interviewing him, and they said like, "So did you call upon that?" Like,
you know, journalists have to ask the tough questions. They have to ask the tough questions.
They
I
do.
know. And it was street news, which was odd because that's the paper of the homeless.
Life goes by pretty fast.
They're playing, I believe, donkey basketball.
Sometimes you might miss it.
Are we watching? Yeah. What are we watching on Arliss here?
I don't know. George quoting Ferris Bueller.
I'm saying life moves pretty fast. If you don't look around sometimes, you could miss it. But don't look around while you're driving because then you could hit someone with your car and then they could miss the rest of their life.
Or if you're in another country, you should drive on the side of the
guys,
road.
what's happening on Arliss here? I thought this
is pod
I have
racing.
more important questions, Kevin.
I know, but Sandra Oh is. I don't know.
They're watching donkey basketball.
They just did an Iris out edit like it was a Looney Tune on HBOmax.
On a huge pile
All
of
right,
donkey
Silver,
shit.
watch. You have my attention. You've got my full attention.
Ewoks made a casino in one of their trees that the Imperial officers and the stormtroopers come to play blackjack to win back the items that the Ewoks stole from them when they defeated the Empire. True or false?
True.
I'm not making any of this up.
Kevin.
Yes, George.
You refresh my memory.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to say any of these jokes.
Okay.
But were there jokes that were pitched in the room for detours that were too hot for TV?
Oh, yes. Easily.
Like, are there jokes that were pitched in the room that you knew as they were being pitched, this is just for us? This would never make it into Star Wars Detours.
Yes. And since that's the case, sometimes we thought, oh, maybe we'll hold on to them for when we do Robot Chicken Star Wars.
Yeah.
Does part of you ever think, because are there jokes that you could use in something that was not Star Wars related and people would kind of know that it was, but it wouldn't be legally?
I'm sorry. Can you guys hang on just for 1 second?
Yeah,
sure.
Oh wow!
Is this the Arliss Falls in Love episode?
No, this
is Sandra Oh and her trainer friend. He's going away to Calgary, and she's just going to use him for sex.
Well, I must be ahead of you. That's why I was distracted before.
Yeah, you can just look at Patrick's
I know. I thought I had a
Green there, and then see those numbers. If those numbers match your numbers,
Thank you.
Suddenly we're watching Red Shoe Diaries. What the fuck is this? Over a yoga ball?
Wow.
They were using all sorts of training equipment.
Yes, they were.
Good for Sandra.
It is. Okay. It is good for. I thought she was going to get her heart broken, and then she was like, okay, now that I know what this relationship is, I'm just going to use you for sex. And I was like, you know what? Good for you. You go, girl.
We did not come up with a 800 goal. Do we want to do that, guys?
Patrick, I have a pitch. Okay?
Yes.
What's going on over there, George?
George is
you're in your TIE fighter again. You're falling off into space.
Watto, what's your pitch?
Here's my pitch, okay?
Oh, yes, we do have an 800. It's the book. Kevin's book.
Oh, right. Okay. But what was your pitch, Watto?
Look, we cannot release episodes of Star Wars Detours. It is not in our legal power. Wow. We will get sued to high heaven.
Be careful.
We cannot do it. I'm not even suggesting it. But Patrick, at $850, could we show one image?
No.
A screen capture of a video file. One image.
No.
Let me
Is there a way that we could recreate it? Is there a way that you could recreate it on pen and paper that would be legally acceptable?
I'm happy. Can I? What about
We're
that?
We're not doing this now. We can talk about this later.
Wait, but I don't have access to the private chat.
Yes, but I'm not talking about this while we have Kevin here. We're not dealing with this.
Then let me say this. Ready for this?
Yeah,
Patrick?
Sure. Yes.
Do we have a stretch goal for $1,000?
No, we do not.
Then here's what I'll say. At $1,000, I'm going to draw something.
Okay, great.
I also have a bad feeling.
I'll be long gone by $1,000.
Maybe not. People get very excited about helping a good cause, such as the Black TV and Film Collective. They were helping.
Something, and I'll draw it, and I won't explain it.
Great. That sounds great, Watto.
Great.
Can you guys tell me a little bit about the Black TV and Film Collective?
Yeah, it's an organization that basically is about helping young Black artists get started in the industry. You'll be able to have opportunities to work in film and television, get their stories told. Mm-hmm. They have classes and workshops, and they help people get professionally connected. And we're trying to help them out this week. We're trying to do what we can to give people opportunities who maybe otherwise wouldn't get those opportunities for. It's you can check out the website. Do we have a link for the website that we put there?
Yeah,
people to check them out, but they do good work. And they help
Patrick, could you email that to me? I'd love to. I'd love to post.
I will.
Post just that link.
I will.
Uh-oh.
Sandra.
What's happening?
At it again.
No, she's just saying goodbye.
Randy,
and she said her own name. She said, "Oh." And then she said it's over, which includes her name, and he says it's over.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You said no.
Shoo.
Oh, that's close.
That
was close.
We almost lost her.
I'll bet Sandra had a couple of O's when she was tied down to that sports equipment.
If you mean sexual climaxes, you might be correct.
Yeah, that is what I mean, George. Thanks.
I wasn't sure if that's what you meant.
Yeah.
But if that was, I think I would agree. I think that's almost undeniable.
Oh, The Rules. You guys remember this book?
No, Rules.
The Rules.
There.
It was a book about what women should do to get and keep their man.
Well, look, it's working. Look at that pool boy or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's getting a massage.
No, she threw the rules away because she doesn't care about maintaining a relationship. She just wants.
She doesn't need them.
The sex.
Ooh, Randy of the Redwoods mentioning MTV. That's interesting. Yeah, Watto, you're hard at work drawing for the $1,000 stretch goal.
Just randomly drawing a thing.
Coming out of my brain. I'm not consulting any images on my screen, and I will not explain any further.
Right.
Kevin, you are in no danger.
And Patrick, how long until we can find out the section of episode 9 that Kevin accidentally wrote, or that Disney might have stolen from you, Kevin? It's possible. It's possible. Have you considered this, Kevin? Is it possible that they read your book and they said, let's take that and tell Kevin we thought of it? And it's like, oh, Kevin, we just thought of the thing that you wrote right before you did. So sorry.
So
is that possible?
You know, someone suggested that to me, and they said, well, when you were hanging out with JJ, did you happen to tell him about your book? And I said, well, you know, could have been possible. Could have been possible.
Here, so let's start the next episode.
I'm not done with the credits yet.
Oh, okay. Well, let George finish the credits because we did pass.
I'm just gonna let it roll on through.
Okay, can you tell me when it starts then, so I can start this?
Yeah, I'm about 53 seconds from a rollover. The rollover usually buffers for about 5 seconds on average.
Great.
Is that good enough for you?
Yep. And we are at $864 right now, so that means we have surpassed the Kevin episode 9 stretch goal.
Excellent.
I'm so excited to hear this.
Should I say it now, or are we waiting for?
No, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
So I had it, you know, in my book, it's a story about this young guy, like 17 years old, who has these massive headaches. He doesn't know why. They're so painful, in fact, that he passes out, but not before he sees images about things that he doesn't know or understand. Everybody thinks he's got like a brain tumor or something, but his grandmother's like, I think you have the Force. I think you just don't know how to use it. And this book takes place a little bit before Force Awakens. So as far as he knows, all the Jedi are dead. So his grandmother tells him everything she knows about the Force and the Jedi. And so he's like, well, if they're all dead, how am I?
I'm rolled over now. I'm rolled over.
Okay, great.
Hang on. I'm rolling over too. Where are you?
I'm rolling over.
Okay, good. I'm right in sync. Look at that.
Look at that.
All right. Great.
So his grandmother says, since they're all dead, if you go out and let life be your master, go out into the world and touch certain objects, because every time he touches an object is when he gets these massive headaches. But what they do is these objects show him their past. So she suggests,
this is like the Dead Zone with Christopher Walken.
That's exactly how I pitched it, Randy. I said Star Wars meets the Dead Zone. Wow. And so they liked that idea. And so my book, my story was a lot of him going around finding objects the Jedi might have touched and to find out the images that they give him. So maybe he can become a Jedi or find out what his place is in the world. So I had this moment where once he's trying to piece together Star Wars because, you know, we all know Star Wars because we've watched all the movies and George created the movies.
Yeah.
I kept thinking how it all started when I watched Force Awakens and Rey says to Han, was it true about the Jedi? We thought they were all myths. And I thought, why would she think that? This is their history. This was a huge battle. Why wouldn't they know? And I thought, well, you know, maybe it's like our history. We all know about our wars, World War I, World War II, but we know the general who won, you know, who played, but we don't know specifics. And you hear something like a Dunkirk or a Schindler's List or even a Glory, and you're like, oh, I so didn't know all these details. So I tried to kind of recapture what Star Wars was from someone in that galaxy that didn't know everything. So he's trying to piece together what happened when and how the Jedi came to be. So the part that I did in the book was when he learns about the destruction of the second Death Star, he thinks, let me go to Endor and find pieces of the Death Star that are lodged into the rock. And I will touch them so they can show me flashback to whatever happened there. Not only that, but while he's there, he also finds a Sith relic. So they basically called and said, Endor is off the table. You can't go. Because if you see episode 9, spoiler, he goes to a moon of Endor. And he also finds a Sith relic. So they were like, this is a little too close to the movie. We need you to change up some of this. And I was like, all right, which was fine because the arc of my character doesn't change. It was kind of like a road trip story. So I just had to cut back on where he went and the things that he found. But it was a kind of oh, that's kind of cool, but also like, wow, I got to redo redo all that. But
Yeah.
at least we're on the same page, so I felt good that we're in sync with what's happening in the larger sense.
Where did he go instead?
Let's see. I think I just
Dexter's Diner.
Yeah. No, he doesn't go to Dexter's Diner in my book.
That would have been perfect. That's a great fallback.
we do have an Attack of the Clones. No, actually, it's a Revenge of the Sith flashback. What I try to do was every time. The great thing about this book, if I can say that, is the fact that it's great for people who know nothing about Star Wars and for people who know everything about Star Wars, because the journey of the lead character is fresh and original and new. But every time he touches an object, we flash back to either one of the movies, one of the animated series, one of the comic books. So I'm able to incorporate like as much of the world as I possibly can.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
So that's what it was.
I had a similar experience, which was the last movie that I delivered to Disney was Strange Magic. Kevin, have you seen Strange Magic?
No, I have not. No.
Do you know what it is?
No. Tell me. I know. I thought Red Tails was one of the later ones you did.
That was one of the later ones, but my last one was Strange Magic, which is a CGI animated jukebox musical about fairies who live in the woods.
Oh.
And it's it's available on home video. You can rent it. It was on Disney Plus for a month.
HBOmax.
No, but it was on Disney Plus for a month. Is it on there currently? Did they bring it back yet?
For a month only.
Yeah, for a month. It's one of those special treats that Disney Plus, they put it on there and then they take it away, and then they put it on and they take it away. It goes back in the vault to keep detours company. And the plot of the movie is about it's basically a love story that's kind of like Midsummer Night's Dream a little bit, but the bad boy, who's the villain, ends up becoming a very good boy, and he gets to kiss the good girl.
Ah.
And I gave this movie to Disney. They released it it came out the same year as Episode 7.
Okay.
And it broke box office records, just like Force Awakens did. In the same year, Force Awakens was the top grossing movie in the world at the box office, and Strange Magic made it was the lowest grossing animated movie to ever be released on 3,000 screens.
Wow.
And
with a budget of $100 million.
They released it on. Are you looking up the budget facts? Randy?
Yeah, $100 million.
Is that was it?
70
No, George, you would know.
100 is what it says.
I mean, anything 100 million or less that's an indie to me. It's just a low budget indie,
and it made under 100 million, so
wow,
pretty much broke even.
Yeah. Well, Disney did something very interesting, which was they decided rather than release it as a Disney film, they decided to release it as a Touchstone Pictures film. Now, I don't know if you remember Touchstone Pictures, but that's a dead imprint. They don't release movies anymore.
Right.
I don't know why they did it. Maybe it was a great honor, or it could have been a calculated insult. I don't know. But then when I saw Episode 9, I realized, oh, the bad boy is not bad anymore. Now he gets to kiss the good girl. Where did they get that from?
Yeah.
You think they watched
And I
Strange
realized
Magic.
that I had written the end of Star Wars into Strange Magic
Wow.
years before they did it.
Wow.
So they were just borrowing from everybody.
Yeah, clearly.
Because that's such a great twist. Because when you see a bad boy, and he's killing everybody, he's bad, and you think this bad boy will never get to kiss the good girl. He's too bad.
Exactly.
And then he becomes good. And the thing I wouldn't necessarily have imagined, the thing they did different was they had his mom die, but make him good through the distance force, and then ghost of his scoundrel dad has a chat with him. So those two things, they're a dyad, and they help make a bad boy good. That's how you make a bad boy good. You have mom die, send force to you, and then ghost dad come talk to you.
Yes.
Then you make a bad boy good, and then bad boy gets to kiss a good girl.
In fact,
and then
I
he
think
dies because it
that's
takes all the power. The power of a bad boy's kiss. When a bad boy's kiss turns him good, he only has enough left for one kiss. It's a kiss of life, and then he dies. And that's how the force works. And it could
Isn't
be
that
simple.
a chapter in Sid Field's screenwriting book, How to Make a Bad Boy Good? Make him.
Yeah, have his mom die, giving him goodness from afar,
Right.
and then have his dead dad give him a little talk.
Right,
Now a bad
right.
boy is good,
That
and he
old-
has enough. But he only has one kiss in him. A bad boy turn is good. You get one kiss, then you die, and that's how it works in storytelling.
Yeah, that's true. The masters like you, George.
Yeah, it's
This
all.
is
Well,
good.
it's not me. That's all in Joseph Campbell. It's all in Joseph Campbell.
This is very sweet, George. A quote from you about Strange Magic is Star Wars was for 12-year-old boys. I figured I'd make one for 12-year-old girls.
Yeah,
I figure, what the heck? I'll make it for girls.
right?
Like all these Star Wars movies, they're not for girls. You see how mad the boys get when the girls try to do Star Wars? The boys get so mad. The boys get so mad. They're so mad. Those boys, so many boys are so mad at the girls. They get mad and they say, girls, you stay away from our Star Wars. And I say, girls should be able to be in Star Wars. I mean, I've been there too. I cut all of the female X-Wing pilots out of Return of the Jedi. I cut them all out. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. But now I made Strange Magic for girls. And I tell the boys, stop being mad about Star Wars.
That's
You
good.
need to stop being. The boys need to stop being mad about Star Wars and start making their lives count by doing something better.
And you
All I ask of the angry boys of Star Wars is that they be better. Oh,
There we
I'm
go.
gonna pop in the chat right now. I'm gonna put a link to Kevin's book on Amazon. You
Oh,
can get
great.
it on Amazon.
let's
You
get
can
those book
URL.
sales up.
Yeah, get the book sales up. I think it's only $8.99 on Amazon right
It's
now.
true. I keep buying them for myself just to have them at $8.99.
Yeah, so that's a great deal.
Yeah. And listen, I gotta head out soon, but I wanted George. It was so good to catch up.
So nice to catch up with you, Kevin.
WATTO, of course, always a pleasure.
Oh, thank
I'm so glad we got a chance to meet off the set of Godzilla.
Yeah, reminisce about the good old days.
Exactly.
Can I ask?
It's a Josh Gad style Godzilla reunion, reunited apart.
You can credit this.
Josh Gad has not done a Godzilla King of Monsters reunion, but we did it, and
You
we did it
did.
with one person who made it into the movie and another person who was only credited.
That's so true. It's so true. But thank you guys.
But before you log off, can
here
I
we
ask
go.
about donations?
Oh yeah, we're at I think it's 9. Oh wait, hang on. Bunch just got added.
HBO9 is the German version of HBOnow.
We're at 982.48. So
Yeah,
I-
248. Okay, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna stick around because I want to see this.
Oh,
drawing.
7 years after my buddy Steve's comedy.
now I want Kevin to see this, guys. Let's get 2 $20 donations in there. Let's do it in the next minute.
Can you stick around for 1 minute to see if people will donate enough
I
for you to
can.
comment on
I
these
can,
drawings?
yes.
Or no comment on these drawings?
All right, I'm refreshing this page.
Keep
Come on.
refreshing.
All right.
I might even see if I can do another one very quickly. There's
Oh,
a third
yeah.
thing I want.
Hang on, we actually need less than that. We actually need. We need $20. Give us $20, guys. That's all we need.
Oh,
$20.
$20.
We're there. All right, let's see it, Watto. We're there.
Okay.
Even Patrick wants to see it.
Sandra O and Kirby have hooked up. This is
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
This is fucking wild.
Oh, but they
Okay.
were safe. They
Kevin,
were safe.
Yes, WATTO.
you can no comment on this.
Okay.
Okay?
No comment, Kevin.
Say or don't say whatever you want to say. Oh, look at this. It's a Wampa in the back storeroom of Dexter Jettster's diner, and there's all this trash on the floor, and he's got a lobster bib on because he's trying to eat, and he's been caught by Jar Jar.
Oh my gosh.
He's caught red-handed. Oh,
Thank
look
you
at
so much, Kevin.
Of
the fucking Imperial officer standing in a hallway, and who's there talking to him? Animated George Lucas drinking a coffee.
Kevin, we appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
me,
Kevin.
guys. Good seeing you. Keep up with the good Arliss.
Thanks, Kevin. See you.
Thank you.
May the force be with you.
Kevin, was that the first Detours fan art you've seen?
I can't even say if it was.
See you, buddy.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye.
I'm going to do one bonus one now that Kevin's not here, and he doesn't have to comment or not comment. But there's one more thing I feel compelled to draw for our viewers.
Yeah.
the suspense is so dynamic in these moments.
Listen, Watto, it's not that I didn't want you to show stuff. It's that I didn't want Kevin to get in trouble.
I get it.
Yeah.
I wanted to show the image of Cartoon George. That was the thing I wanted people to see.
It's really good drawing. Really good drawings, Watto.
Now Kirby seems he's happy for what happened, but he doesn't remember who it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Sandra Oh definitely knows who it was.
Definitely.
She knows.
And she like dipped the F out because
Yeah.
she was like, I hooked up with Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh
yeah.
There's her panties.
Oh, no.
Now there's gonna be some discovery happening.
Oh, they don't know either, do they?
Oh, Arliss says if these
And
are a client, I better not hear about it.
And everybody's touching those panties.
Sandra, uh-oh.
Wow. Oh. Who could it be?
Who could it be?
Oh boy, Arliss. We haven't had an Arliss Falls in Love episode in a while.
No,
I know, but we're still not even halfway through the
Kurt-
season. We're still not even halfway through the season, though.
Randy, Jim Turner and Michael Boatman, who played Kirby and Michael Boatman on the show, came on a few weeks ago, and they said that there once every season or thereabout, there would be an Arliss Falls in Love episode, and they would love those episodes because it meant they didn't have to work as much.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they said it was usually Arliss heavy, so they didn't really have to be there.
Well,
Yeah,
Kirby did have to be there,
Kirby did now.
but
Yeah,
he got to just sleep naked on a couch for a while. So, who's got the bird?
I have the birds.
Oh, wonderful.
Those are just some typical Marin County birds.
Now, George, we've never done this as a stretch goal. Right now, we're at 1037.
Mm-hmm.
We're at
1138. Do something at 1138.
1138.
Yeah, what would be a good stretch goal for 1138?
I'll show the final drawing I have now completed.
Okay, guys.
If someone donates $1. Oh no, 100. No, I'll just do this sooner. Come up with a better stretch goal. Sorry, I'll just show this drawing.
Oh, George, you have an inflated BB-8. You need to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Here's the final drawing. It's not as good. I'm sorry, I rushed it because I was trying to get it in time for Kevin. This is Chewbacca with a sombrero and a bandito mustache.
Oh,
I think that's really good.
people in the chat are saying they would bid on Watto's art.
Oh,
I'll do that.
How much?
Well,
that's what the bidding is for.
I'm happy to send these out for whatever people are willing to ask for. I'll continue drawing these. How about that? How about we set this, because no one's doing the Wattos this week, right? No one's hiring me to do a Watto video.
I don't think anyone has yet. No.
Is it time to inflate a BB-8?
Yeah, George has got to do it.
Wow.
Let's make this the new thing that, like, for a certain amount of money, I send you an original photo of an original drawing of something that may or may not happen in an episode of Detours.
Okay, so let's say $100.
Okay. Oh my God! I forgot that I'm in this episode.
Is this you, Watto?
No, I mean in this episode of Detours. Sorry, I'm watching 2 TV shows at the same time.
Watto, how did you get your hands on episodes of Detours?
Well, we both were former employees of Lucasfilm, so we smuggled them out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Did you use a smuggler, or did you hire a smuggler to get those out of?
Yes, the best
out of the ranch.
Yes.
If the episodes got too hot, then they would explode. Though that was the problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. You have to keep them cool. Coaxium.
Yeah. Watto's still drawn. I mean, Arliss looks like she's in love with this woman who looks a little like Lucy Lawless. I don't know who this is.
She seems to be a very talented cook. I think he loves her for her cooking.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
George is not getting red this time. George, you got a little harder on the.
He's pacing himself, and no one wants to see that.
I mean, we want to see full red.
There we go. There's some. There we go. There's a little color. That's what we like to see.
Keep going, George. Yeah, everyone's saying George is getting better at this. I'm arguing he's getting worse.
Yeah, because he's getting worse because he's getting better. It's not funny. It's not comedically engaging.
It's not funny. It's like when like heavier comedians get skinny, and you're like, well, you're not. You know, that's some of the charm sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this sucks now.
We should make George do a bunch of jumping jacks and then blow up the BB-8.
Or George, wait, George, stop blowing it up. Stop blowing it up, George. Stop blowing it up. Take your mouth off of it.
Pay me to stop blowing it up.
I don't want to pay you. I was gonna say,
That's how this works.
I was gonna say, do jumping
Stop
jacks
blowing it
while
up.
you blow it up.
What?
Arliss.
Yeah, George is
Arliss
blowing up
falls in lust.
George is blowing up BB-8 while Arliss is blowing up this conservative chef woman.
Hey now.
Conservative?
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, Watto,
He was licking titty.
We have one $100 so far. Actually, we have two over $100.
Okay, I have 3 drawings. I'm finishing the 3rd one right now.
Great.
Wow.
And we'll keep this going.
But I will say, yes, I'll keep doing these as long as people donate $100. I will say also, it's first come, first serve. So the 3 we have right now, of course, are one playing the stock room.
Mm-hmm.
We have George drinks coffee while talking to Imperial officer on Death Star, which is now a shopping mall.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Bandito Chewbacca eats chips and drinks a Slurpee.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to call which one you want. I will keep on drawing these. I want to raise money.
I'll say this. If you have donated over $100, email the George Lucas Talk Show at gmail.com with which one you want, and whoever gets to it first gets to it.
I have a suggestion while you're doing drawings, Watto.
Yes.
For a new series to be commissioned.
Yes.
Called Starless Warless.
Oh.
And it's mashups of Arliss characters in the Star Wars universe. You have Kirby Carlisle hanging out with Chewbacca, or Sandra Oh kissing Anakin.
That might have to be a new stretch goal, is for me to draw those originals.
Starless Warless originals.
Yes.
I didn't get red that time, but it's made me very sleepy.
Yeah, George, you feeling okay?
Yeah, you got to get hyped, George. Do you have any caffeine you can drink?
I don't get hyped unless people make it a stretch goal. Then I'll get hyped.
Let's make it a stretch goal. Let's look.
What are we at? What are we at?
We're at
number-wise?
Hang on. Oh, wow.
Come on. Because Randy's bringing the heat.
Randy's bringing the heat.
We're at 1437.48.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
1437.48.
That like jumped up by leaps and bounds.
Oh wow! And
Really
we're up to $500 so far.
Great.
So 5 drawings.
Yes.
And we have one. Let's see what's been taken. Cartoon George has been taken.
Okay.
Chewbacca has been taken.
Okay.
I have another proposal before we get to Starless Warless. Someone might want a drawing. You could draw a prototype for the various Star Wars dippers.
Mm-hmm.
You could draw the little opened containers with the packaging art for Tar Tar Binks.
Yes.
what was it? Honey Mustafar, and maybe BBQ8.
BBQ8. I think these are fun because it's like you get to see a little bit of Star Wars detours that we cannot legally release on our own. Get a little preview image in your home.
I'd like to imagine that somewhere in Disney's legal office later in the week, there's a Zoom schedule where someone's like, hey, Nathan? Oh, yeah? I want to run something by you. You know Watto from Phantom and Attack?
Oh,
like, yeah, I know Watto. Yeah, I know Watto. Yeah, like he's been doing pen and ink drawings from property that we have buried in the vault.
Yes.
Pen and ink renderings and selling them off for charity.
Kind of mood sketches. Yes.
Yeah. Is that actionable, or do we just not want to? Is this a hot potato? We don't want to touch this.
I'll say this.
Well, what are they raising? What are they raising money for? What are they raising money for? What?
Let's not even discuss this hypothetical.
I'm just gonna say whoever shuts this down hates black people. So
that's what I was going to say. You're trying to empower black.
That's where I was getting to. Was at the end of this conversation between the lawyers to say, "What's the charity?" Say, "It's the Black TV and Film Collective." Like, you know what? Let's let them sell their sketches for charity. It's the right thing to do, Nathan. Nathan's just a lawyer character I invented. He's not real, Patrick. Don't worry. There's not some real Nathan out there. Don't be scared of are you this scared of the Rancor?
No, I just don't want to get Disney legal involved at all.
Why? It has nothing to do with your career.
It has nothing to do with them.
Patrick, let's set some stretch goals to make George hyped.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you want it to be?
What number are we at? We're in 1-4 what?
We were at 143748.
Let's make it 15.
Yeah, let's make it 15.
Okay.
All right.
And George has inflated now, right?
I've inflated, yeah. BB-8. I'll show you. I have inflate the 8. Boom. He is ready.
Raring to go.
He deflated. At
I want people to know, because I'm starting the new drawing. This is an Imperial probe droid that is helping Princess Leia, little baby Princess Leia, apply makeup. That's what I'm drawing this time.
How about 1550? George puts his jacket back on.
Oh.
Wait, what was 1500? George,
1500.
I'm gonna get hyped.
He gets hyped. He needs more energy.
Great.
Randy is bringing the heat, and George is borderline pulling a Patrick.
No.
You're getting close. You're getting dangerous. I'm telling you, my man.
No.
You don't need
how close are we to me getting hyped? I can go get prepared for it.
We're like $60.
All right, hold on.
Let's see. They're at a basketball game now. She's a basketball coach.
She's now she's been fired from her basketball team.
Okay.
And now she's in like Italy somewhere.
Okay.
Randy, I really, truly, deeply appreciate that you're keeping track of what's going on in these episodes, because the three of us have gotten far off field.
We got
well, like I said, I'm an Arliss head, so his name is Arliss Michaels. The show is over. Just turn the sound down on your HBO and put on the closed caption. That's what I did. Thanks.
Oh, no, I was letting someone else know that in the private chat.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Your upcoming guest. All right.
Yeah.
So we're at the end of the episode. We've got an upcoming guest. It's probably a good idea for me to leave.
Sure.
Randy, you've been such a delight. Thank you for being so generous with your time.
Watto, for a slave trader, you're a great guy, man.
That's all I aim for. You know, I want to be graded on the curve. And I got to say, for a man who is, I mean, has his own collection on HBOmax right now, that is
a collection of 2.
it really meant a lot for you to stick around for so many episodes with us and help us out.
Yeah, it meant a lot for me to have someone to talk to.
Hey, I get that. What, like, people sometimes say to Watto, like, oh, it's so generous that you're spending all these times doing live streams and shit. And I'm like, Watto lives alone. He's going fucking insane. He needs any excuse to communicate with the outside world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, good to see you. Okay, George came by for a second, but then he left again.
George.
Just shouts out to Dennis Miller on that poster. Whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah. Well,
he got really good politics now.
Yeah, he does. He surely does.
See, there they are.
His shit out.
They're hanging out with Tony.
Look at that, Tony Soprano, the Sex and the City girls, Christopher Rock, and Dennis the Menace Miller. Oh, we got a little Oz. We got the guy from Oz on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ernie Hudson.
I like that he's like the face of Oz. I was like, what about Adebisi?
No, they're just the wardens. They just went with the wardens.
What about Vern Schillinger?
Yeah, what about Vern Schillinger's penis? You could have just put that on the banner.
Do you know that his penis is the voice of the yellow M&M?
I did know that. Yeah.
Wait, are we auto playing the next episode?
Are we auto playing?
No. I should leave before you start the next episode.
Yeah, Randy wanted to say goodbye to George, but George walked away.
Yes.
I'm about to get hyped, Randy, as soon as we reach the goal.
I know, but you've got some other guests that are coming in, so maybe you get hyped for them.
Okay, but I don't want you to think that I wasn't hyped for you. It's been so nice having you here, Randy.
No, I know you literally got the hype taken out of you by blowing up that BB-8. I know what happened. I've been here the whole time.
It was a lot.
It sure was a lot. Okay, I love you guys. Have a great day.
Love you, Randy.
Okay,
so much,
bye-bye.
Randy.
Fuck 12.
Bye-bye.
I missed. Was that a joke? What is
I believe 12 is code for police.
that? Okay.